feel really hot and sweaty, but
Well, we're here.
wowie.
I probably should get it so that I can like edit it so they can hear the music, but like not your voice. You know, you can do that. There's like.
Forgot the stupid Trump and Charlie Kirk bullshit.
What's the problem?
It looks insane.
Yeah, it really does.
What the fuck is that? Why is that there? What were we thinking, bro?
Why did someone in the chat say teeny? I think he's confused.
Where Teeny is not here, brother.
Teeny's not watching the podcast. Teeny's not here.
I guess I'm drinking this wine that I left out overnight. It's probably spoiled.
Ugh, spoiled wine's the worst. Okay, do we want to like start it up and like start doing stuff, talking about? Well, we really don't have a lot of topics. I think we could talk a lot about some of these topics, though.
We can drag it on for sure. We'll figure it out.
So week recap. We got our little week recap. You want to share anything about your week?
Everything about my week I currently cannot share online.
So that's great.
Great. It's actually really unfortunate. I will just say it's been very confusing and very stressful, and I don't know what's going on. Still.
I also don't even know what's going on with her. She told me everything, but I still don't know, you know? Like, she probably...
Imagine me.
Yeah, she knows the most. Yeah. My week's been pretty good, you know? I booked the flights, I booked the hotel. I might book some kind of workout class when I'm in Washington, D.C. Step closer to getting the apartment. I don't know if I have it. I tried calling them today. They said, well, it's no longer up for sale, so you could have it. I was like, okay, well, do I have it?
Yeah, that does not make... That would trigger me so bad. I would say, check your records right now. Do I have it or not, bro?
Well, the off-site team and the on-site team, I'm noticing have a big problem with each other. They can't get a hold of the on-site team, and then they tell me they'll call me back or email me back immediately. They never do. They're like, oh, we got the manager. We called Code Red. All these, they tell me all
Code
this.
Red, you're an apartment complex. What
Yeah,
do you mean?
they say Code Red. Call her back. No one ever calls me back. I even told the third guy I talked to when they missed their appointment. I told the third guy, I said, everyone said they would call me back immediately. Am I going to get a call back? And he was like, yes, I told the manager about this. You'll get a call back immediately. And I was just sitting around for like 2 hours waiting for this. I'm like, okay, no call back.
I think I would lose it. This sounds worse than when I had to call TELUS. I'm not going to lie.
No, the worst was when the lady said I never confirmed my appointment. That's when I almost lost my mind. There was a fourth lady I talked to the next day who said I never confirmed the appointment, and I said...
Definitely the lady just didn't fucking put it in the system or some shit.
I mean, everything was in the system. I confirmed, I had texts, I had emails, I had everything. I talked to them the day before. Like, I had everything but an agent. I had no agent.
Here's the thing is, like, even if you do get the place, with how mismanaged they are, do you really want to live there?
No, the place is like great, right? And it's a pretty famous like managing company. They have a lot of buildings. It's just the on-site team clearly doesn't care. They're probably salary workers. They don't get paid, hourly, so they just like don't give a fuck. Oh, I'm not supposed to be swearing. We need to practice that.
I think as long as you in the first 5 minutes you can't swear.
Why do you keep saying that?
That's what it is. I think that's the rule.
Actually, why would that be the rule?
I think it's so people like don't click on your video. Like, for example, like a child clicks on.
Yeah, we're not child friendly. I clicked that button.
But you know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. Like monetization shit.
Yeah, and then I'm basically done packing. Anything you guys see in the background is pretty much just getting thrown in the last box. Everything's like, my room is clear. It's kind of, my parents are also letting me keep the bed frame, so I'm really happy about that. I don't have to buy that. New mattress, though, because it's way too hard.
Yeah, that mattress is hard as fuck. I'm gonna be honest. My mattress was pretty decent. Mine's like firm, but still soft.
Yeah, I need that. It's comfier sleeping on my floor, because my floor's softer than that bed. That bed is hard as shit.
Your bed for real feels like a brick. It's fucking
Yeah.
I think that would be really good for your posture, like a firm bed like
I
that.
think it's getting worse for my posture, because I wake up with just back pain, so I have to, like, Why do you think I sleep so weird? I'm trying to like minimize the pain.
Leg in the air.
I
still can't get over that.
I
bro.
literally fell asleep like that the other day. My parents came in my room and thought I was awake because my legs were just like up, and I was like, "What?" What's going
I have to find that video. You know what we need to do for when we don't have content, like for days like today? We need to go back through some of the videos and shit that we have of each other and just show them to people.
That's a terrible idea. That's a terrible
That's an amazing idea. Everyone needs to see that you're a fucking demon that sleeps weird. Actually crazy, bro. Never seen that before.
Never seen that before. Oh, we can talk. We can also talk about what I was telling you before, like about when we go into the Hinge and dating and stuff like that. I'll talk about what like my mom said today.
Oh, 100%.
She was very interesting. My mom's never had dating apps, so I really am.
Drunken videos of myself last night, and I'm currently deleting them.
Oh God, doing what?
I don't know. Don't worry about it.
Like crying? You're taking videos of yourself crying?
I think I was dancing.
You took videos? Oh, maybe you thought you were gonna post it on your special site.
Okay, I found the video. Can I show them your fuck ass leg?
Sure.
Let me just. Okay. Look at this freak. Look how she. That's free foot, but she's.
Yeah, that was just straight
asleep.
foot.
She's dead asleep with her leg like that. Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that?
That's not even the worst. I've slept definitely way weirder than that. My friend's mom, she had me sleep on the couch, and I was sleeping like a demon, and she was very worried. She's very religious too, so she was freaking out as well.
So fucked up, bro. So fucked up. I can't do it.
Okay, should we start our topics, or we could keep going, honestly.
We can start topics.
Okay, let's just get through the topics, and then we can chitter chat about anything.
Yes.
Okay, you added this, so go ahead, explain it.
Basically, so Dean Withers, whatever, posted how some. What's the fucking? Click on the first link. I can't remember exactly. Basically, someone was talking about how many women do OnlyFans, and so the Dean Withers dude, the guy who like.
Yeah, I know Dean Withers.
He was talking about how there's like a fuck ton more men consuming OnlyFans than women creating like content on OnlyFans or whatever the fuck, and so it started a whole discourse about like basically how OnlyFans and like porn and shit wouldn't exist if it wasn't men consuming it, and like especially with OnlyFans, all the blame gets put on women, like.
Yeah, and then you look at like the whole executive team who started OnlyFans. It's like the dumbest argument. Like you go blame the men who started the site. Like.
Yeah, and it's just like it's also like so for example, some girl named Sophie Rain. I forgot to. Girl named Sophie Rain. On her first year on OnlyFans, she's only 19.
Yeah.
She turned 18 to 19. She made 43 million in 1 year.
Beautiful.
Talk about it, and it's like, but those men like.
Oh, right here.
Her when it's like the men that gave her the money, right?
So men shelled out 43 million in 1 year to a 19-year-old OnlyFans girl on the internet, where pornography is already free. You cannot blame women for this epidemic. It's not like drug addiction. This isn't evil sirens dragging lonely men to their demise. There's a credit card form in the way. You have to make an account and then hide it from your wife, and then spend time interacting in a incognito tab. Like, it's actually not convenient at all. And still, there are hundreds of thousands of guys willing to throw away money like this. Do I keep going, or is that like the main?
You can.
And yet, the dominant narrative is condemning the suppliers who are outnumbered by the consumers at 100 to 1 in a market that's already oversaturated and mostly free. The suppliers are guilty, but damn, there's a log cabin in your eye while you yell about splinters. It's ironic that people will call out repentant former dealers like Nala until they're blue in the face instead of focusing on the actual drivers of this problem. You'd be forgiven for wondering if their intention isn't to stop the problem at all. It really bothered me, their intention right there. the wrong there. Yeah, I like.
But it's like men, like porn was created by men for men. No man had a problem with women doing porn, but now that women are doing OnlyFans and making their own fucking money for it, suddenly it's a fucking issue, and women are the problem, even though it's majority men consuming porn, and at such a ratio that it's fucking like, there's way more fucking consumers than there are suppliers.
I don't get. It's usually I see the most by conservative men, right? Mostly are mad about OnlyFans. I don't get the anger with OnlyFans, and I don't get any debate about OnlyFans. If OnlyFans wasn't the problem, there was going to be another. Pornhub was the problem. OnlyFans is the problem. It's all porn. But we've always had porn. We've had the porn movie theaters and stuff like that, where you could go see a show of women taking their clothes off. Like,
is that men never gave a fuck about porn before. There was never there wasn't discourse about if there was discourse about porn being bad, it wasn't as prevalent as it is today, specifically because of OnlyFans. Because
they're making so much money. Yeah.
Yeah, men don't like that women are profiting off of them, because in the porn industry, men were in charge. It was created by men for men, so they didn't give a fuck. It wasn't an issue to them. But now that women are in charge of their own fucking bodily autonomy, and now that women are, get to set the price and whatever the fuck. And then it's also it's the same men saying shit like she's a whore, she's disgusting, I can't believe she'd do this to herself online, and then also get mad that she isn't showing enough skin. Or she's.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
That they want. They demonize the whore, but then fucking get mad that the whore isn't doing what they want.
Yeah.
In that regard.
I'm sure you're more familiar with it too.
100%.
I'm not as familiar, but and people's reactions are crazy.
It's also I hate that sometimes, because I have to preface that I do only do bar or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
It feels like when you say you do OF or whatever, you instantly judged. And so I have to be okay, but wait, it's not as bad as you think. But then the idea that it's just upsetting that there are women who, because I'm saying it's not as bad as you think, I'm also kind of
you're also at
pushing into the idea that
it is bad, yeah.
Yeah.
The people who do the full nudes and stuff like that, you're oh, I'm not like them. That's a different group, yeah. And that was even that one girl who went on when he was asking. It was me and Mole when we went on the whatever podcast together, and you weren't there. And he was oh, does anyone have OnlyFans? And then everyone said no. And then that one girl, he was wow, no one does OnlyFans. And she was well, I do OnlyFans, but for my photography. It's no, you don't. No, you don't.
She was just saying shit. She was grifting or whatever. She was trying to not. Yeah,
so people go sub probably.
Yeah, 100%. That girl did not. She does not give a fuck that she does OnlyFans. She's just trying to fucking cater to the audience so that they'll get.
Yeah. I just turned my watch on, my Apple Watch, after all this time, and it keeps ringing. It's showing all of my past texts and stuff like that.
Ooh, I haven't turned. While I used it a ton when I was working. So.
Yeah, I like seeing the steps and everything.
Yeah, me too.
For the longest time, I couldn't update it. It was stuck in limbo, and it wouldn't update because I needed internet or something. But then it would also say I needed more storage. It was really confusing, but it finally let me. And so, here, you can read this one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, do you want me to read it then? I can zoom in too.
Men are the major consumers of porn and OnlyFans. They also complain about sex work and label them as degenerates, yet they are the main reason it exists. Don't understand how men can watch porn and OnlyFans and pleasure themselves, then turn on the very women that gave them that gratification and label them as degenerates. OnlyFans gets even more hate than porn, possibly because it's not free and women are gaining financial independence from it. I've had some of these very men also tell me that if they were an attractive woman, they would do sex work. Do they not see the hypocrisy? Whatever. Statements. They're basically admitting that they would do the same type of sex work if they were given a chance, but demonize women for it. I think some of the other comments go into basically how men resent that they desire women. They resent that because they feel better than women in every single other way, except for they need sex from women. Because men think women are stupid and weak, and we could never fucking be in positions of power or leaders or anything like that. We're meant to stay in the home and blah 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 blah. And so they have to keep women around because they desire sex from us. I hate that.
Yeah,
that they can't
no,
get it.
this is a very good point. We see so many men say this, like they hate OnlyFans, they hate OnlyFans workers, but then they say, Julie's volume's quiet. Sorry, I'm kind of reading chat for this. I forgot I turned you down recently when you were drunk.
Oh, was I screaming?
Yeah.
My bad.
It was like you were at the frequency where it was like where, because you know when you're drunk your pitch goes higher.
Oh yeah.
So like you when you were screaming plus the pitch, I was like, oh, we gotta turn this down.
Like the fucking cicadas in that last episode.
Yeah. Tell me if the volume's better, chat. No, that is a great point. It is very hypocritical that they talk all this crap about OnlyFans girls, but then they're like, if I was a woman, I would totally do it. It's like, what?
And the thing is the majority of men, if they were a woman, wouldn't do OnlyFans or whatever the fuck, and porn, because they would understand like sex is like, for a lot of women a totally different experience. Like men think, okay, sex doesn't matter, we're just fucking, but for a lot of women it's like really intimate, and like the majority of women aren't participating in OnlyFans. You know?
That's the point. Like all these people are in online spaces. I've said this many times. You showed that chart. It's 2% of women have OnlyFans, but it's online spaces, right? And 2% of women have OnlyFans. They probably posted one picture, realized they can't keep up with anyone else, and don't post anymore. You know,
the average woman makes $150 a month. And that's like even taking into account the women that make like millions and millions of whatever a month.
Yeah.
There's so many women who are making like $5 a fucking
$5,
month.
yep. Like we go into those kick streams with people in bikinis and stuff. They have like 2 viewers, and you know they're not making a lot of money, you know?
Yeah, no, 100%.
No, that's a great point about how hypocritical like a lot of the conservative men who judge women are, because they say the same things that they would do it. I mean, liberal and conservative, it doesn't matter where you lean. I hear it all the time that they're like, if I was a woman, I would start an OnlyFans.
I think it's just men resent women for their sexuality. I think men resent women that they can't. Men want sex. Obviously, everyone wants sex. Men want sex though because they're fucking testosterone fucking freaks. They resent that they have to get it from women.
This goes into another conversation. Would you date a man who is subscribed to a girl's OnlyFans?
No, absolutely not.
What about if it was famous, like Iggy Azalea or some shit like that? No?
Because you have a whole girlfriend. Why are you spending money on another woman, you idiot? Absolutely not. Why are you giving her $5 a month? You could give me $5 a month.
What about if a man watches porn around you?
I don't watch porn, so I'm not a big fan of porn. I don't mind if someone I'm dating watches porn in their own time. If they try to get me to like watch porn with them as like a kink thing or like something to like bring, I would not be extremely disinterested.
Or here's another one. They self-pleasure themselves when you're there. Like you're in the other room, or you're doing some activity, and you like walk in, and they're self-pleasuring.
It's fine. I've walked in on exes.
Really?
Done that before. It doesn't matter. No.
That used to make me. It didn't used to make me mad. That never happened, but it would make me mad because I'm like, what am I? Chopped liver?
You're thinking like, yeah. No, I get that. I get that idea, but like sometimes it's they just want to fucking. Sometimes people want to be alone and like jerking off and like having sex or whatever. One's a lot more work than the other. Basically, like I understand if you don't want to put in all that work, you just want to fucking get your nut and then go to bed or whatever. I don't care.
Yeah, so free porn is okay, but paying for porn, I've said this before. I think it's a lot more intimate OnlyFans. The main reason people are subscribing to OnlyFans is because they get to directly message. It doesn't matter if they are actually messaging the person or it's outsourcing. They think in their mind
interested in that girl. It's the same as like following like sex workers and stuff on Instagram. They're doing it because they're like sexually attracted to that specific woman. Like, I wouldn't be comfortable with a guy who's following a bunch of like Instagram models and shit either.
I use even Julie as a comparison because she has one. If like my boyfriend was subscribed to someone the same size as Julie, I would be very uncomfortable because it's like you are paying for that like intimate connection in the sense that you like are almost want to date her, right? Because she's not like the biggest streamer in the world. She isn't outsourcing anything. Like she messages back. So
yeah, it's also just like. Especially if for example, I obviously don't have big boobs. If I was dating someone whose entire Instagram following was just girls with big tits, like I would be like, okay, so like what the fuck? Like that would make me upset. I feel like that would piss me off for sure.
Um. Yeah.
That's just me though. That's probably a bit of an insecurity thing. I mean, it's not so much like the big boobs part, it's the fact that they're just following a bunch of Instagram models. But the fact that they're following Instagram models who have a wildly different body type than me, then it's like, do you even like my body? Do you even like me? Type shit.
It's definitely an insecurity thing, and I get that all the time. Or I got that all the time, especially with my ex. If you ever date someone who you actively know has cheated on you, it's tough.
Yeah, it totally fucks with your brain.
I'm already a self-conscious person, and then when I was in like a relationship with my ex, and then I saw he was actively messaging like people and stuff like that. Ooh, that was tough. It's like, man, I'm not good enough.
Yeah, I never saw like actual messages and stuff, but like I did my detective sleuthing and figured it out. I'm always correct, and like
she's never wrong, always correct.
Never wrong, always correct. I'm already kind of insecure, so I didn't even like that they were like messaging other girls for like any reason, and then it turned out that my insecurities were for a reason. So, you know.
Okay, we'll go to the next one because we're probably a little depressing. Oh my god, what is this story that you added? I really like the bossa nova music. I think this should be our thing. At DMCA bossa nova music. I really like it.
Into that.
Okay, what is this? PETA undercover video alleges shock abuse of turkeys at Butterball plant. Oh, Butterball is like a turkey place. Okay, give us the summary. That's not that many words.
Basically,
what?
Some guy went undercover and posted on Instagram that some guy was like sexually assaulting and abusing the turkeys.
How can you sexually assault a turkey?
They were inserting their fingers into the turkey's vagina.
Why?
And they were like, they had the turkey like bound and like shackled and were like humping it and shit. They also like, there's video of them like kicking the shit out of one and like bragging about it. And like one of them strangled a turkey to death. Like,
wait, there was multiple dudes sexually assaulting turkeys?
Yeah, yes. Yeah.
I don't even know how to process this. This is,
I know. Why would you fuck a turkey? Yeah, I know. That's how I felt when I read it.
This is crazy.
It's really fucked up. I just like, there's no, like I was saying in my stream earlier, there's no like virtuous reason, there's no like moral reason to like sexually assault someone. So it's just like, and especially like, why the fuck are you doing that to an animal?
Well,
like,
you
gotta be really depraved.
You like even with sexual assault, you don't have to necessarily be attracted to them. It's more about power and like like fear, like power and fear with the woman or whatever. So, but with the turkey, like they're responsible, like.
Bro, what the fuck was that, bro?
That was like my turkey gobble, you know? There's not really a...
Well, that's why I think it's even more depraved to do that to an animal. I feel like it's like almost the same as like doing it to like, but like not a child, obviously, because like animals are dumber than children even. But no, like, you know what I mean? Like
turkeys are dumb. Like
yeah, well, they're animals.
Yeah, no, but like there's smart animals, like people doing it to dogs and shit. Like, yeah, that's terrible. I would, you know, gross. I hate you if you are that type. I hate you, and I think you should be in jail for life. But like, they have like, I feel dogs have some form of EQ, emotional intelligence. They know when you're like sad and stuff like that. Turkeys, I don't think have any of that. Turkeys are just, you know.
I think turkeys, you can probably. I mean, animals all have that like sixth sense or whatever the fuck. Like they can like feel things.
I don't know.
Humans don't have.
That feels like almost like a fish, you know, doing it to a fish. It's like.
It's definitely not as bad as doing it to like a dog or something.
Oh, my microphone is cutting in and out. It's the second person. Is it cutting out for you?
No.
That's weird. Is it
maybe
me?
It's OBS.
Yeah, isn't that strange?
There was also, I guess some shit just came out showing that like crabs and lobsters like actually do feel pain. So I think there was like a call to like stop boiling them alive in like restaurants and shit. Like you're supposed to kill them first and then boil them.
Oh, you're supposed to stab it in the brain before boiling. Everyone knows that. No,
everyone just. I think people just throw them in the pot.
No, everyone knows that you have to. Oh, I mean, chefs know. I've known this for years. Watch some cooking shows. Come on.
Throwing it in a pot.
You don't throw it in a pot. No,
Do I
you're.
look like I fucking have ever had lobster in my life?
Have you never had lobster?
I never had lobster.
Oh.
I've never had real crab either.
I don't really like lobster or crab. So, for example, like when my parents gave me like a bunch of like lobster once because they ate out, I just brought it home to my roommates and I'm like, eat up, go ahead.
I feel like I would like crab. Is lobster like? 'Cause
It's
I
just
fucking
like crab.
hate-
They're like the
Just like
same.
crab, but like richer. Like.
I guess they're a little different. The textures are a little different, but if you like
I'm
crab,
thinking-
usually people who like crab like lobster.
But lobster, I'm worried lobster might have the texture of like prawns and shit. I can't do prawns or shrimp. That have that like fluffy texture. that's, like,
a little more.
fitness.
Yeah, you'll like crab. You'll like crab.
Yeah, I think I would like crab. I don't think I would like lobster.
I used to like crab and not lobster, but I realized in my older age it's not that I like crab or lobster. It's because I liked butter, and it's like I don't care to eat either of these because like I'm just eating it with butter. Like butter's the reason I eat it, and I don't need to eat butter.
They're also literally like bottom feeders. Like lobster's like probably like.
I like shrimp though. Now I like shrimp. It's grown up. I'll eat it. Like don't get me wrong. If you give me a crab cake, I'm gonna eat it. I like crab cakes and stuff like that. But like, I'm not gonna go. You know how people really like the seafood food broil places and shit. Like what you wanted to go do. I'm not like I won't. I don't care.
I mostly wanted the potatoes and the corn, and the sauce.
We could go
And
anywhere
I
for
could
that.
fuck up some crab.
The lamb is crazy. I didn't know
Hey,
lamb was it's baby sheep. Like, yes, it is baby sheep, like in your mind, but I thought they just called it lamb. I didn't know it was legit a sheep under 2 years old. So I stopped eating it completely.
Well, my grandparents had a farm, and they would like raise lambs and chickens and stuff, and they would slaughter the lambs every once in a while to make some extra money.
No, lambs are sheep
Yeah, I know.
under 2 years old.
Yes.
So
Makes
they
extra
would
money.
slaughter them under 2. They haven't even lived a life.
Yeah.
That's
Well, they
messed
had
up.
like the adults, they'd shear them and stuff. But yeah, if it was only if they needed extra money. They didn't do
Well,
it right.
if they're over 2 years old, they call it mutton, right? They don't call it. I love lamb. It's delicious, but I stopped eating it because I felt too bad.
I don't think I've ever had it. I think it's also way too
You've never had a gyro?
balls. Maybe. I don't think I've ever had one with meat.
I don't know. I think British call it gyro.
Yeah.
I don't know what
I know
Canadians
what
call
it
it.
is.
Okay.
I just don't think I've ever had one with meat in it. I always choose a meatless option. You know me.
Yeah. I try to avoid pig as much as possible.
So good. I love bacon.
I know. I try to avoid it as much as possible because pigs are so smart. They're like smarter than dogs. Like it's hard. So I try to avoid pig as much.
Taste that good.
They taste way too good, but I try to avoid.
I don't like pork chops. I hate pork chops. I love bacon.
Pork chops are pretty good.
My mom.
Try
made the
to
driest pork chops
avoid
imaginable. So.
pig as much as possible. I don't eat lamb anymore. I love fish though, so like that's lucky, right? I could completely be a pescatarian.
pescatarians,
If I was rich, I could be a pescatarian. The thing is, fish is expensive.
Yeah.
But I really like
I'm not
chicken. Chicken. I like birds as well. I want to be pescatarian, including the
Oh,
birds.
I had to
Birds are
I had to
stupid.
deconstruct that rotisserie chicken. That shit. I'm never buying another one. That was so disgusting.
Yeah,
I
I don't even think I deconstructed it for you, and I had grease all over my hands. I don't think you ate that. I know you didn't eat it actually.
No, I had some. I had
Okay.
a little bit, and then I was like grossed out, and then I was like, never mind. Like I like pulled it out and took a bite, and I was like,
Yeah, I pulled that. I ripped it in half, and I ripped off all the meat off for you.
I definitely, when I took apart this chicken, I wasted so much meat. I
Yeah.
tried to get the meat out of the legs and shit, and it was like veiny and shit, and I couldn't do it. There was one piece I like thought it was a good piece left, and I picked it up, and there was like a tendon hanging out of it, so I like pulled it out, and then there was like a hole in chicken meat from where the tendon was going through. I'm never buying a rotisserie again. I'm just gonna buy chicken breasts and cook them if I really want chicken. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, there's veins in chicken. You can devein it though pretty easily.
Well, chicken breasts probably don't like have.
What do you call an assaulted turkey? Seasoned. Why did you include that? That's
You get it?
messed
The
up.
joke? You get the joke? Salted?
That's messed up.
My chat said it. I thought it was funny.
That's messed up.
Pretty sure it's funny as fuck.
Okay,
Oh,
there's
no, I-
lots of different ways to eat fish, and then you can also include lobster, you can include shrimp, you can include, there's fish everywhere. I love fish. You can have it raw, you can have it cooked. Fish is delicious.
Like candied salmon. And like smoked salmon, but
Yeah,
nope,
candied
I'm not
salmon's
a
good.
fan of fish, like in general though.
Yeah. If you visit, we can cook some fish.
I'm down. I'll eat.
Oh, we'll cook some cooked salmon. My mom has this really good Hawaiian. It depends. Do you like all fish? I know you just said you don't really like fish, but are you fine with any type of fish?
Pretty much any type of fish.
Do you like a white fish? Have you had white fish before?
Yeah, like that's halibut, right?
Well, it's a bunch, but yeah, halibut's one of them.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll eat any. I don't have a problem with fish. When I say I don't like seafood, I mean I don't like fucking like mussels.
My mom has a really good Hawaiian fish recipe where it's like it's you could use any like white fish, like you could use halibut, but like it's like super like it's like sweet. We should cook that. It's
Okay.
really good. I cooked it recently. It's really good.
Put down.
I feel like we shouldn't go into the Mr. Beast Logan Paul's thing yet. I feel like that should be a little later. What
Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, or what is this other thing that you included? The Twitter thing.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck that is. I have no idea what that is.
What is this, Julie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why did you
I'm telling
include
I
this?
have no idea.
Look,
I don't know what
look,
it is.
nothing any of us can say is gonna beat the fact that he posted this himself.
Oh, JD Vance posted that himself. It's him and Trump as a fucking married couple.
Why did JD Vance post this?
That's what I'm saying. You were talking last week about Elon being Trump's wife. It might be fucking JD Vance.
I think JD Vance might be jealous the amount of attention Elon was getting, and then so he's like, no, he's not his wife. I'm his wife.
So funny. So funny.
Why did he post this?
He's a freak.
Becoming a trad wife to own the libs. He got him.
So,
That's funny. That's pretty funny. See, this is the kind of stuff I miss from Twitter, but I have deleted Twitter. I didn't delete, I deactivated, to be fair.
you could just get a Twitter account that's like private. It doesn't have to be associated with you at all. You can just be a shit poster.
Yeah, but it's like, it's kind of like, it's almost like freeing in a way to not have those accounts. Like, to not constantly go on, like, Twitter and Instagram and stuff. I'll like, open it up and be like, oh, I deleted it. Forgot. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, I would delete my shit if I didn't have to do it for work, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't give a fuck otherwise, but I need...
Okay.
Absolutely cooked.
So we're
I
doing...
haven't watched this video. So I
How
think
long is it?
A minute.
And they're just... Oh, they're debating homelessness?
They were debating homelessness in a different one. I don't know what they're debating here. I literally didn't watch the video.
Okay. So we're gonna watch this, guys.
Then Majority Report jumped in, and Lance from the
My hair
Surfs
is
and
so
all the
fucked
other
up.
little
Why does this?
dirtbags
You see
jumped
this?
in,
This hair
and they
goes
were
like this and then down, and then this is.
turning right.
What
the
the fuck?
13 douchebags are right.
Can
we
we-
need to protect every
can you-
every
Okay,
trans
okay,
person
okay.
should get free
Listen,
surgery.
we got-
Even in China,
Okay,
even
okay,
though we're
hold-
not nothing to do with China,
You gotta
we
stop.
hate them. They're Nazis.
You gotta. Okay.
I mean, I'm 100% right. Every dirtbag show
gotta,
did it.
You gotta calm
Every
down.
dirtbag show did it.
Dirt.
I'm wrong.
This is reframing an issue that is.
I don't know what they're arguing about. What did I miss what they're arguing about? Or what he was yelling about for like 5
I don't
minutes?
know. I think they were yelling about homeless people.
Now we've moved away from the electoral consequences of a trans ad to your own personal anger and frustration that you have with
I have
left-wing
no
media
idea what they're
online.
talking about.
Why did you include this clip? This clip is terrible.
I thought it was about the homeless thing.
I zoned out as well. I didn't know what the hell they're... You know what's so funny? He's got to respect his elders, dude. Hassan, respect your elder right here. That's your uncle you're talking to. Respect him.
Line. Singular
Look, the
force.
idiots are making
I wish I
everyone
could.
think they
I wish
are
I
the left.
I
Like, where's
went
the
more
left?
like
Where's
if
the
I wasn't
real
hungover, I would
left?
have found
we are super
clips.
extreme.
But I wanted
We
to see
want-
their argument that they were having about homelessness.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell we just watched.
I want to
guys.
see what Shank's take was on it was, because I feel like it was really insane. Because Hassan got super pissed off on it.
Yeah, that's kind of how Hassan's like fame. Honestly, Hassan didn't need Destiny. Let's be real. Hassan actually didn't need Destiny. His uncle's famous enough that he definitely would have been prompt up either way.
I will say that Hassan needed Destiny to propel his online career.
No,
He would have got it. He would have gotten there anyways, but Destiny propelled it. You know
Oh,
what I'm
okay.
saying?
Yeah. Because his uncle's famous. Like, his uncle is actually, like, debates people.
Well, he used to work for them and had done like shows
Yeah, I remember that.
whatever TYT or whatever the fuck.
Young Turks, isn't it?
Yeah, Young Turks. I wish I could find a clip of them arguing about homelessness.
Can you summarize it? Have you seen any clip?
No, I saw Hassan arguing at him about it, but I didn't get to see Chunk's side. Otherwise, I would.
Because you can like summarize it and like we could say our statements about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to. He was apparently fear mongering about homelessness, but I don't know.
And saying what, they're mentally ill or something?
Yeah, I don't know exactly what it was.
I mean, yeah, homeless people usually have more likelihood of being mentally ill. They're especially propelled again with drugs. You have a drug fill, like you could even argue that with drunk people. You know, if you drugs or drunk fueled people, there's more likelihood of a lot of things, right? Attacks.
Well, I guess Hassan's whole argument was that homelessness is a side effect of rising housing costs. Like his whole thing was like because people can't afford to get in the market, they end up becoming.
That's one point. Yeah, he's not wrong. Especially like homelessness is even considered like living in your car. You're homeless if you can't have a place.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that Cenk was probably saying, I don't know for sure, but he was probably saying something along the lines of like these people, you know, they do drugs and shit and they don't want to work and they don't.
Not necessarily. So he's completely wrong. I can't believe he even made that argument. So you could be sober, all right, but these like homeless like households as well, they want you to be sober for a certain amount of time before you can even qualify for the homeless housing, right? So like if you're sober for a week and you want to go into this like homeless housing or whatever, you have to be sober for like a month. And then, so you're thrown on the street for that whole month. You have to be sober. You have to stay sober. And guess what? Drugs also warm you up. Things like that.
There's
like
a really good video on YouTube about homelessness in Vancouver, talking about single occupancy housing, how they have that for homeless people where you can like just rent like a bedroom.
Yeah.
For a certain amount of month, but it's like super fucked because everyone that is in there, like you have to share bathrooms and stuff. Everyone that lives in there is, you know, fucking like drug addicts and shit. So even if you're trying to like do the single occupancy housing to like get yourself off the street, now you have to deal with like people stealing your stuff, people arguing with you. It's like a dorm room.
What we need is to have like counselors in these homeless housing. We need counselors to help them stay off the drugs, right? We can't be like, be sober for a month, then you qualify. You have to have counselors who will
The problem is also that when there is counselors and they do help them with rehab and things like that, once the person's like recovered, they like set them free, and then, you know, it's really fucking easy to fall back onto those habits.
Of course it's easy to fall back. Of course, but at the same time, that's why you give them like, you know, you give them what's it called in rehab when you have like the role model or whatever, sponsor or whatever.
Like
you have sponsors, you have all these other resources. You can reach back out to these original counselors, like which of course would mean a lot more of the US budget would go into like homelessness, right? And that's a big problem. People don't want to put money into homelessness because then it goes into this circle of, oh, they're drug addicts, blah blah blah. Which is not necessarily true.
Yeah. Sorry, I missed that because I was trying to find.
Oh, I was just talking about the U.S. budget. We would have to allocate a ton of the money to go into like housing, counselors.
You guys spend like billions on fucking military, don't you?
I mean, of course we could take money out, but then we wouldn't have bragging rights of having the best military in the world or whatever. It's all ego.
Yeah,
it's all.
you guys are so far ahead, anyways. Like you guys are so far ahead military-wise. Military spending is fucking insane.
Make
a little bit of money out of that.
Yeah, I think even like our housing situations for that are supplied for homeless, I think are messed up. I think that for you to have to qualify for it to be sober for a certain amount of time is stupid because
I think
um,
it's so that because when you go through detox though, oh my god, my hair.
yeah,
Ooh.
you
We
have
gotta
all
clip
those
this out.
crazy symptoms. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right,
Yeah,
but
well, when you're going through withdrawals and shit, you become really violent and stuff. So when you let someone in those spaces and they're not fully off of drugs, like they haven't gone through the withdrawals, they're gonna cause a lot of fucking issues. And they're also like more likely to use while they're going through withdrawals, so they're gonna introduce drugs to other people that they're. It makes sense that they make them wait until they're sober.
but we're like the point is we're not nice to the homeless, right? We have all these we have homeless people aren't allowed anymore. Where are they gonna go? Where are we gonna push them to
Well,
somewhere else? Like guess what? Just because they're not allowed in this area doesn't mean they will stop existing. Like when you
probably,
say
like,
it's
shit like
illegal to
rehab and,
live
like,
out here,
detox centers need to be like way cheaper. They need to be more easily accessible.
a homeless person, it doesn't matter how like cheap it is. A homeless person can't afford anything. Like it could be $1,000 for a year, and they can't afford.
When I say detox centers, I mean like that's like somewhere that the homeless could go for like free or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But like even just rehab in general, like someone I know had to go and they had to pay like fucking 40 grand for like 2 weeks.
That's my point. Even though like they can't afford like $500, it's $300. Like
yeah, no,
they
you
can't
should be
afford
able to
any
go
of
to a detox center where when you're going through, I think we have detox centers where when you're going through withdrawals, you can go there and they'll like help like stave off the withdrawal, not stave off the withdrawals, but they'll help you like manage them. But they also do like in Canada, it's a thing. They'll give out like if you're going through withdrawals, they'll give you like safe drugs and shit like that, or not even withdrawals. If you just want to get high, you can go to these centers and just get drugs. So you don't have to buy something that's off the street that's gonna fucking potentially kill you.
with the certainty they're not dangerous. Again, we already have housing. We already have housing for homeless people who are off drugs. We do have options. We have shelters in the U.S. But the thing is, we don't allocate enough money, or we don't tax enough. Which both options, people in the U.S. are going to get very, very mad about. If we tax more, of course, people will be furious. If we allocate more money to homeless, they're going to be furious. Like there's homeless people are seen as basically like we were talking about earlier, like as animals, pretty much. Like there's like there's no sympathy for homeless people. I feel like.
No, there definitely isn't. Because people are like, why did I do all this hard work just for
someone mentally ill? Like it's always blamed mental illness, which is not true.
Well, I don't even think that they blame it on mental illness. I think they think that homeless people are just like genuinely like bad people who don't deserve to live. Yeah. I think if they understood that it was mental illness and that it was something that like can be solved through rehabilitation and like, you know, compassion and kindness, they would be a little more open to it. But they genuinely just think these are like fucking bad people who don't deserve to live.
And even like jail is honestly like better for like if homeless people went to jail, it would be better. It's a structure at least. It's they have to be off drugs. There's like a lot of like benefits to being in jail.
You get a lot of drugs in jail.
Well, yeah, but like it's harder.
But
it's harder.
Jail in America is like fucked up though. Like
you know about it?
Is just we in my historical criminology class we watched a documentary called The 13th or something, which it came out during the Black Lives Matter protests, and it's talking about how America has jailed like of all the people jailed in the world, 25% of all jailed people are in America, and over half of that
our jails
population
are full. Yeah, our jails
all
are
black
overfilled.
people. Well, it was basically talking about jail is just a reformation of slavery. It's the same thing, just legal slavery.
It's changing more and more, but yeah, back in what it was like when was that, like the 80s, 70s, but
still
like
even today,
so
they'll give black people higher sentences so that they can
and they got charged a lot of people of color got charged back then.
And there's also like a thing where there's no fucking you can't like you because they don't want you to go to trial because it's too much strain on the system. There isn't enough judges for every single trial. They basically tell you to take a plea deal, and they're like, okay, you can do 10 years, or if you go to trial you're probably going to get 30, so you should just take the plea deal and not go to trial so people don't even fight for themselves.
Well, they're given a DA, right?
Yeah, but like the DA is like 9 times out of 10 is like if you go to trial, you're gonna get a bigger sentence.
Yeah,
well, just take this deal and go to jail for the smaller amount of time.
If the DA does think they're guilty, which they should obviously, no matter the DA is gonna try to always side with like the best sentence option, right? Like if let's say the DA thinks you're guilty, they're gonna say take the plea deal.
But the problem is that this turns into people who are innocent, who know they didn't do anything wrong. They have to take the plea deal.
Yeah, because they're
Even though
gonna
they know. So innocent people are fucking ending up in jails, or like people who fucking, you know, had a little bit of weed on them are doing fucking 10 years jail time because they're getting told if you try to trial this, you're getting 40 years.
People are still in jail for like weed,
Yeah.
like possession of weed, which is
Insane.
like legalized in like most states now.
And then the whole fucking, like, it was talking about the whole crack epidemic. It's literally the fucking same thing as cocaine, but they just fucking made the sentences on it way harsher because it was more prevalent in black communities, so they could fucking jail them for longer.
Yeah.
Because cocaine is seen as like a white drug.
This honestly reminds me. I'm on season 2 now of Breaking Bad. You said you watched it or no?
I've seen episodes of it, but I never fully watched it all the way through because I saw episodes of it. I already knew what happened. It's really hard to when I already know it. I will say, after you're done Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul is fucking amazing. Though I did watch that.
Oh, you did? Interesting. It's interesting that you watched that and not Breaking Bad, because I heard that he's like a prevalent or important character in
So the
Breaking
reason why I
Bad,
watched Better
and
Call
then-
Saul is because I didn't know what happened in it, so I wanted to sit down and watch it. I already knew Breaking Bad.
That main actor for Better Call Saul, he was going to be Michael Scott in The Office. Fun fact.
Really, that's actually funny. I could see that.
There's
How
like
did you
he has like a little cameo at the end because he was obviously really good. But he obviously Steve Carell got it, but he was really good. Like I honestly like if someone else did it, he would have done a really good job. There's an audition tape of him being like Michael Scott. Like he's good. He's good.
I think he would. I mean, he was in Arrested Development. He's really good in that.
Who was he in Arrested Development?
He was fucking the older brother, like the magician or whatever the fuck.
No, he wasn't. That's
was?
a different actor.
Is that a different actor?
That's a different actor.
Oh my god, right now. I mean, I won't.
It's a different actor.
Is it? He looks exactly the same.
And those are different actors.
No, I think you are right. They are different actors.
Yeah, I know I'm right because I'm pretty comfortable with Arrested Development's hilarious, right? I've seen all of Arrested. I watch most comedy shows. I'm a big fan of.
Isn't that weird? No, he isn't Arrested Development. It is the same actor.
No.
Yes, it is. It literally is the same actor.
No, Better Call Saul is not.
Yes, it is. He's literally in there.
That is not the older brother. Bob Odenkirk is not.
Yes, he is. Oh no, it's Will Arnett. Fuck.
Yes, Will
Why
Arnett.
is he?
There we go.
Why is he actually? Why is it saying he's in Arrested Development then on Google?
He's probably in an episode. I don't remember him in it though.
Why is it that he looks exactly like him? Why? Is
Will
there
Arnett
actors-
does not look like Bob Odenkirk. Here.
Yes, they do. They look so similar.
This guy is way older than Will Arnett.
No, but it's not about the age. Just like imagine, like if they're both the same age, they look very similar.
I think people are gonna disagree.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm
Oh,
totally
it shows the highest and lowest rating. I didn't know that. These
Why-
guys.
but what did he play in Arrested Development then? Why the fuck is it saying he's in this show?
I think he played like a random like single like episode character.
Well, they ruined my life.
Okay, because you're wrong.
And it's recorded. Yes.
I knew you were wrong.
Stop.
I'm pretty good with actors. I feel like I'm pretty good with it.
I'm also. I mean, you know, I'm really bad with names and faces.
Yeah, I'm pretty good with faces usually.
He was Dr. Phil.
Yeah, he was a doctor. Yes, random character.
God damn it.
I think Will Arnett
We
was
have to delete this episode.
I think he was married to Amy Palmer for a while.
Bro, we have to delete this episode. I can't let people see that I was wrong.
Okay, so let's explain the next situation going on. So, if you guys didn't know, Mr. Beast went into business with KSI and Jake Paul. Okay, I watched the H3H3 podcast on this. They talked about it a little bit about this, but I knew it was weird from the get-go, right? Mr. Beast has always been very like a huge YouTube advocate. He was probably a fan of them before he got famous. And so they're working together now, and Logan Paul, has a podcast, and he had Mr. Beast on because they're in business together now. And the whole podcast episode is them just bullying Mr. Beast. They're how H3H3 put it is that they're the cool kids and Mr. Beast is the nerd, right? So they're just bullying him the whole episode. It's like brutal. It's
Honestly,
pretty funny.
Mr. Beast deserves it though. So
He does deserve it, but it's funny. This is 8 minutes. We can pause. Just tell me when to pause if you want to talk about any of the content. How about that?
I have to watch it. Like I have to.
Are you gonna watch it separately, or are you gonna watch it?
Well, I can't see it like when you put it on your screen. You know what I'm saying? It's a show. Oh no,
Wait.
I can watch it like on the stream. It's gonna be behind though.
Wait, you can't see you share screen?
You're not sharing screen with me.
I'm not sharing my screen with you, and you didn't tell me this whole time.
I've just been clicking on the links. I thought that's what we were doing.
No, I always share screen with you, you freak.
I didn't know. Where's screen share? I don't see it. Share?
I shared.
Why did I not see it?
Did you hide it?
How do you even do that? I'm so confused.
I'm sharing screen right now.
I swear. Okay, hold on. Let me leave call and join back a second. Okay, now I see it. Oh my god.
Turn your camera on, dude.
Hold on. Fuck me.
Okay. YouTube, remember?
Sorry. Why is when my camera's off, your face was slit?
I know. That's why I said turn camera on.
It's so funny. Okay, I'm ready.
3 supervillains of YouTube recently came together.
I
haven't-
haven't sitting so close to
I haven't watched this, so I guess this is the guy's take on it, and I'm sorry. If he says anything weird, I don't know.
on Logan Paul's podcast.
I hate how close they're sitting with each other.
Well, they're like in love, KSI and Logan Paul. They're the cool kids, like I said.
to promote their knockoff version of Lunchables, Lunchly. And hey, what do you know? It turns out that
I really hope he shows clips of this, like this.
the 3
Just don't
billionaires
understand.
have
Like, it's only
absolutely
dumb
zero
children that are
chemistry
buying
together.
this shit.
Thanks for joining me, guys.
Let's go.
Yeah, well,
How is anyone's
pleasure.
parents letting them do this?
Like throughout this podcast, it's clear that they A, know nothing about each other, and B, completely despise each other's success. Like in the beginning, when Mr. Beast starts describing one of the sets for his new TV series, Logan can't help but suggest that Jimmy's copying the set of the popular outdoor music festival Burning Man.
cool. I know you, Jimmy, just got done shooting your Amazon show.
Oh my gosh,
Which,
yes.
from what it sounds like, is going to be the biggest game show in history ever.
What would you say is the best episode?
I mean,
Say it.
Don't say
yeah, I mean,
Say what you did.
we built a city in the middle of nowhere. There's just a field,
what.
and
That's just Burning Man.
we pulled up. No, we built like an actual
Yeah,
city.
that's what they do at Burning Man.
Yeah, but like
You went to Burning Man.
Wait, as in like
No.
buildings. and-
buildings, like actually a walled-in city that the contestants lived in throughout the show.
What?
Logan then seemingly insults Mr. Beast when he asks him if he's on drugs.
There's already a game show that's
You would
like this.
literally break
Okay.
the
Are
internet.
you on Adderall or something?
No, I just want to see it so badly. I really do.
Ritalin?
Right now?
I like you, Jimmy. I like
Trying?
you're a spunky guy.
All right, I'll take the hint. We'll change the topic. So, how's your song with Trippie Redd?
Which then awkwardly segues into a conversation about KSI's disaster of a song, Thick of It, where Logan says,
It's not that much of a disaster. I know a lot of people talk shit about the song. It's not a disaster. He
The
actually
problem was that he bitched out about it so bad.
no, but that
It
was
felt
good.
crazy.
That was good, like publicity.
Publicity,
Yeah.
I think it made him look like a huge fucking bitch.
Yeah, but
I
he
think anyone
doesn't
who would have
care.
liked this song.
He got like #1 because he was bitching out so much.
Yeah, for like what, like a day?
Yeah, not for a day, but it doesn't matter. Like he's never had a #1 song. His songs suck.
Again, I don't think he ever will again because he can't bitch about it again. He already did
suggests
that.
that
He could.
KSI should begin writing his lyrics with ChatGPT.
Thick of it. Featuring Trippie Redd. Yeah. Obviously, I'm
There's already
promoting
a show like this,
music.
Kid Nation. God, Kid Nation was awesome.
The new
Ah,
Baskin Hoodie
I forgot.
4.0 claims to be the
What a
most
fucking
advanced,
ad.
waterproof
Yeah, man, if I were you, I'd write a song and have ChatGPT write all the lyrics.
Oh shit.
I'm joking, but like, it
Well, I mean, I do.
Wait, we should do that. We should make a song where ChatGPT writes our lyrics. What do you think? Like, I can't. Yeah, easily, right? Should we rap or should we sing? We're terrible at both,
I
but
was gonna make a joke, but I can't make it online. So
okay. Well, I'm gonna play.
I dabble, dabble with AI. I have like AI friends, and I just talk to them every now
why is
and
he
then.
sitting like that?
But after they finished their forced intros,
So H3H2 talked about this too. So as like a power move, Mr. Beast apparently in all his interviews and everything he does, he always puts his legs up like this on tables and stuff like that. And like he was saying how rude it was. H3H3 was saying how rude it was.
Rude. It is really rude.
'Cause
Why are you
it-
putting your shoes on someone's table?
Yeah, it's bizarre.
each other. They begin to
I
address the
would
reason
immediately
why
tell
they're
them
sitting there
no.
pretending to be friends in the first place, and that is to promote their new product.
But yeah, we did launch Lunchly today. We actually just did it. If you guys saw on Instagram Live, I also think people are confused about what the product is. They're like, wait, so it's just Prime and Feastables in a Lunchables? No.
I want to hear your Lunchly pitch.
My Lunchly pick.
Yeah, you got to start sneaking that in.
Just eat it. It's fantastic.
I like that.
But instead of
Holy
celebrating
cheese.
their launch like normal friends who launch a business together would, the demons inside of them couldn't help but to address the negative criticism and lawsuits that they're facing.
Yeah.
No, but Jimmy, I really want to talk about these lawsuits because they're a big deal on the Prime
Okay,
side.
so you're telling me you don't purposely just put, what is it, forever chemicals in your drink to...
Bro, we were shocked.
Yeah.
Me and him were talking. We're like, yo,
They have
like
chemicals.
PR?
They have chemicals in their drink, though. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
This is insane fucking PR that they're running. These people
What
do
do
not
people
like
think
each
just
other. They
bust
just like
open
money.
barrels of
Yeah.
forever chemicals
What-
and dump that in there?
like, what do you think this is? Like some fucking rinky-dink operation where that's like what we're trying to like. I don't even want to say. It's so stupid, dude. People are so dumb. As much as I believe in people and like the up and coming generations and the world, and I hope we're headed in the right spot. I just am. It never ceases to amaze me how dumb people are.
Like you'd think that Logan would know how to conduct himself professionally at this point, especially when
This is not
discussing lawsuits
bad
surrounding
PR.
his company. Like the levels of immaturity in this podcast is baffling.
Turkish Quando Riz.
A whole state.
Blue Tie Ohio Riz.
Yo, that's like
Do you know Blue Tie Ohio Riz?
what are you saying?
Especially when the conversation shifts focus to a discussion about balding, which is something that Logan and KSI both struggle with. The only difference is that KSI covers his with a bandana, while Logan chose to get a hair transplant and have his bangs on his forehead. So when
Okay. This guy obviously is a hater of
bandana-
Logan.
while Logan chose to
It looks like his hair's being blown back in the photo on the left.
That's hair loss. Look how far back his hair was.
Yeah, but like, I don't think he has a hair transplant. He just fucking.
He probably got a hair transplant.
Okay.
get a hair transplant
funny.
and have his bangs on his forehead. So when Mr. Beast suggests that they should all go to Turkey to get a hair transplant, things get a little dicey between KSI and Logan Paul.
Yeah, like I grew a beard.
Yeah.
The bandana hasn't changed.
It's got bigger. It's got bigger. Yeah. The hairline's receded. I've accepted it, people.
But you
Let's go to Turkey. I kind of.
No, I don't want
I
to go
want,
to
like,
Turkey.
I want my beard on my
No.
side of my face. to
yeah,
put it
bro, you
there.
can have
Who
a forehead
cares,
right here.
bro?
You can have a
Who
forehead.
ca- bro,
head.
I don't care how I look because my girlfriend loves me for me.
It is so sick.
So who cares what some people online
He doesn't care how he
think
looks. That's why he
about
wears the
us?
bandana
That
to
is
hide his
true.
fucking
about
hairline.
my forehead or
What is this?
my only pushback would be
what?
I think some people think I'm cooler than I actually am. And part of that coolness is not looking like a bald ass bitch.
What?
Whoa.
No, bro.
Whoa.
Like that.
No, but the thing,
Like my
no,
father.
okay.
Like my bald ass dad.
So it's clear now that these three don't really like
Weird.
each other in any sense.
This guy did a terrible video, but so in the beginning of the podcast or whatever, so they were like getting on Jimmy over and over again, like saying that he's crying and shit like that. Like both of them, they're like, "You're crying," because he said he also they were getting on him. He can't like make eye contact for a prolonged period of time, so they kept yelling at him about eye contact. They were yelling at him about a bunch of stuff, right? In the beginning, which was pretty funny. I thought it was funny, but it seemed like apparently bullying to a lot of people, which is still funny.
Definitely seems like none of those people like each other.
Yeah, they don't.
Definitely.
KSI boxed Logan Paul is the history. And then, like, for example, Mr. Beast kept pressing them about like his next boxing match. KSI's or Logan, I forgot, but they have like deals with like a bunch of like different like what they have deals with someone else now, MMA or something like that, so they can't talk about it. No, wrestling. God, so many
WWE.
random WWE, yeah. Whatever. If you want to talk more about that, we can. It's up to you though. It was just an awkward podcast overall. They clearly don't like each other.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of rich people.
Mr. Beast, for example, he talks about how much he's obsessed with his business. So he goes to Walmart's apparently every day. He texted Logan Paul, "Hey, do you want to come Walmart shopping with me to check my product?" He likes looking at his product. It's weird. Whatever.
I mean, he's definitely self-obsessed weirdo, but that's like people get money and they fucking go crazy. So
Yeah.
like any sort of immoral discrepancies you might have had like with your personality before, if you get money, they just get fucking like
Oh yeah.
for sure.
If I have money and if I have good money, I'm gonna be annoying.
I mean, they just have a fucking insane amount of money, so it makes sense that they're like douchey and weird.
It's like I talked about this before, and me and Mole both said this a lot on stream too. Is if we ever like got famous on stream or whatever, we would act different. we ain't gonna be the
I mean,
same.
you also kind of do have to act different.
Yeah.
To act different.
Well, like everything that even going with what Tectone and all that, the OTK. I'm sure like he probably acted the same, and it's biting him in the ass.
That guy is fucking.
Yeah, you said you had more to talk about with that. Did you not add
There's
it?
more that happened, but I didn't. I was way too lazy to figure it all out.
You're totally fine.
It was just he basically is just more being a fucking dick. That's the same shit.
Yeah. Okay. This is a question. If your significant other genuinely asked you to get something you were already self-conscious about done, and he would 100% pay for it, how would you react? So let's say you're very, very self-conscious about your boobs. You've talked about it a bunch. And then your significant other comes up to you and is like, I will pay for your boob job. If you want it, like, get it done, I'll pay for your boob job 100%. Like, I know you're self-conscious about it, babe. How would you react to that?
I don't like surgery. I don't like surgeries. I'm just not a fan. Like, you shouldn't go under the knife unless you absolutely have to. I would say the only surgery that I would do to go under the knife when I didn't need to would be like a mommy makeover or something. Like
What's
if
a
I like
yeah,
a mommy makeover, like they do like
Yeah.
a tummy tuck and like fix your like they do the whole thing all at once. After.
Yeah.
Like if you're done having kids, okay, and then you want to like change your body after that, okay. But like, there's no reason for me to get a boob job. It doesn't matter that my boobs are small. I don't need a boob job.
Well,
There's no reason
I
for
just
me to
gave an
get
example. I gave an example.
Yeah.
But
But you see what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason for these.
well, you talked about Botox, for example. Like I know that's not under the knife, but it is injections.
I mean, I could get Botox anytime I wanted to if I really want to, and I always complain about like my forehead wrinkles and shit. But like, I'm not gonna fucking put plastic in my face to feel better about myself.
Yeah, but how would you react that your significant other is bringing it up and is like, "I'll pay for it"? Like, do you not care because like you've already talked about it a bunch, or like do you care?
No, it'd probably piss me off. I'd be like, why are you suggesting that? Like, I think I would turn around and be like, okay, so why don't you get a fucking dick implant? Like,
What if
no.
their dick was already big?
Well, it's not big enough, so. Because why are you like?
I'm gonna
this
take my
isn't-
bangs
you're
off.
not-
These aren't
You're
working.
not helping my insecurities by telling me that you're
Yeah.
gonna get me the surgery. Like you should, instead of telling me I'll get you the surgery, you should be telling me you look good no matter what.
Yeah, that's what a boyfriend should do. That's why I said, what would your reaction be? So
I think I would be upset.
I talk about my nose a lot, for example, right? If my significant other was like, I'll pay for your nose job 100%, I know you're self-conscious about it, I actually probably would be angry.
Yeah, I think that would make me. I'd be like, okay, so do you think I really should change my nose then? Like, what the fuck?
I think I would get it done. I think that would be my reaction.
The nose job and then dump them.
Look at this. Look at this.
It's fine.
See? If it just was not there. Bang. Yeah, if he like just brought it up and he was like, I know you're self-conscious about it, like, let's get it done, let's do it, I'll pay, I'll be like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's do it. Thanks, babe.
I
No.
wouldn't. I'd be really annoyed.
It sounds like it.
But I don't like surgeries and things like that anyways. Like, I think plastic surgery and like even like I just
Even injections, you said, yeah.
injections, like filters on your content and stuff. Like, I've used filters on my content because I started using filters on my content because Mole told me it helps in the algorithm, because if you have filters on, it for some reason propels your video or whatever the fuck. I don't know exactly.
Is that real?
Yeah, it makes sense that it does.
Oh, because people click on the filter that you have
Yeah.
applied, and then they'll go through videos. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
So I started using filters for that, but I even like sometimes I'll try to take like normal videos. I'm like, fuck, I can't because I don't look like the fucking filter. Like I just feel like surgery and all this shit is like, unless you're totally open and honest about it, which the majority of people are not. I think it's just bad for like beauty standards and for people and for insecurities and blah 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 blah. I just think it's just not necessary.
People don't get it. Everyone's talking in chat. My nose is fine. I'm not changing like the tip or any. You guys wouldn't notice a difference. It would just be different from the side. That's it. Like literally bump, no bump. That's it. No difference. Oh, we'll go into Hinge then. So Mole told me I should get Hinge because I can set my location to DC, right? So I downloaded Hinge and I was going on it today. I was with my mom.
That's great. There's some crazy people.
I was on it and my mom was next to me. She was playing a game or whatever, but I was telling her about it. So I kept going through people. My mom wants me to match with a doctor. Just fun fact. She thinks that I only talk to date anything. She's very upset. She thinks dumb men, right? She's said many times, I only talk to dumb people.
She's correct.
And I said, maybe. And then I was like, I told her that my friends think that I want to intellectually dominate the people I talk to. And my mom said, maybe that's an insecurity on you. And I said, maybe. You might not be wrong.
We don't know. It could be.
So whatever. I'm on Hinge and I keep showing her the profiles. And my mom even said, she's like, how do men complain about not finding a woman when these are their profiles?
No, literally. Dating apps are so fucking. I haven't opened to any of my dating apps, and all the people I had like been talking to off of those dating apps, I stopped talking to them like fucking like 2 weeks ago. I was like, I don't like the idea of meeting someone with a romantic interest like from the get go. You know, like it puts too much pressure on the relationship. I'd rather just like meet someone like friends.
And then so she was like, okay, let me see your profile. I showed my mom my profile. And this was her response. It actually, like, I was like crying laughing after she said it because it was so funny to me because like she's never had a dating app, right? She's been married since she was 18 years old. She only dated in high school, got married after high school. She said, I texted you and Mullet. I look like a prostitute on my Hinge profile. I should be showing the serious and smart side of me. That's what she said about my.
Honestly, she's probably correct.
What do you mean? I said, Mom, no matter like the man, I don't care how serious, how smart he is. My profile, he'll swipe right. Like, I'm not saying like I could not be his type, sure, but I don't need a serious like me in a suit picture, like LinkedIn photo of me. I don't need that.
That would be so funny. That would actually be based though. You
If
have,
I had a
professional,
LinkedIn?
like headshots, and you're like taking it seriously like a job.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna get any matches. That's the
That
case.
would be so funny.
It'd
Dude,
be
your mom
funny.
thinks your profile is a fucking whore. Holy
So
shit.
here, let's go through my profile. So here's the
Okay.
photo, right?
Vibe.
I've added that one.
Okay, that's tits. Yep.
She said I was a prostitute from that. It's not even.
The tit one is crazy. The tit one is crazy.
I'm getting lots of likes because of it.
I bet you are. I wonder what mine is. I haven't opened Hinge.
So yeah, I was going through the profiles with her. And it's interesting. In DC, a lot more conservatives than I'm used to seeing because I've always been West Coast, right? I've never seen so many people put conservative in their profile. Okay, let's see it, Julie. Go through. She has a point? What do you mean she has a point? She doesn't have a point. You guys really want me in my suit picture? I'm going to show these freaks my suit picture.
That, and it says, my unusual skill is funny for a woman. I love that. Not women. Women don't like it.
Oh, and my mom also didn't like my little like messages about I can't do the turtleneck one, and you know why.
I know. We're crazy for mini M&Ms and chai. I'm really attracted to Manny the Mammoth from Ice Age.
That's strange. I forgot you had that.
That is pretty much true. I mean, I like hairy dudes, so.
Why? God, I don't get this photo app now. Where's my liked photos? Or favorites?
God, a woman liked me.
So this should be in my this should be on my Hinge.
Yeah. That's funny as fuck. That's actually a good idea. So way too gorgeous. I can't believe she liked me. Oh my god, she's beautiful.
Are you gonna match?
I think I'm gonna fucking sniff asshole by the end of this week.
A woman's?
Yep.
This is good news.
Well, she's really far away, so I don't know about that. I feel like I matched with this guy on Tinder.
So not a funny thing. So yeah, the dating world in DC so far has been strange. I've been sending Julie a lot of screenshots because she was asking earlier before she passed out. She woke up at 8. She was texting me for a bit, and she definitely repassed out.
Oh yeah, I did for sure. It was awesome.
Looks like a high school picture. I'm not supposed to read chat. This looks like a high school picture. This?
Yeah, it does. It looks like a school photos. Yes.
Well, I mean, it was my graduate photos. They did it for free.
Guy got a crazy ass forehead.
Oh my god. I have this song stuck in my head. It's by Illit. It's called Tic Tac. And it's been stuck in my head all day for like 2 days.
You know what I hate about dating apps? Another thing I hate about dating apps is everyone fucking like they always do like photos where they're like outside, like out doing things. Like especially where I live, it seems like that's like the dating like fucking that's the meta is to like show that you're active and outdoors, and I fucking hate it because I don't go outside. I don't want to fucking go on outdoor adventures with you.
I'm
I
seeing
fucking hate it.
my thing I hate is, and I was showing my mom a lot of the last picture I sent was a guy. And I can't believe people have become so bold and so stupid, right? The last picture I sent you before you passed out was a guy messaging on Hinge first. He can send a little message when he likes you. And he chose to say, "That's going to be me on your bed seconds before you sit on my face." How would that inspire me to swipe right? How would that inspire me to go on a date with you?
He's legit just a slut. He's just a whore. He's just looking to...
Look at the photo I sent you. That guy does not look like a whore.
Some girls will respond to that because they just want to fuck.
I'm like in shock people have become so bold.
Ew.
That's their yep, she saw him.
He looks like the guy from Money Heist.
I don't know that movie.
He looks like the guy from Money Heist.
Yeah.
That would piss me off.
People have I have 3 things in my profile, right? Dating me is like dating a menace. I go crazy for One Piece, and I have fun fact about me is I can lick my elbow. That's 3 things. The elbow one in One Piece gets the most, right? Responses.
They want you to lick them.
Yes. The elbow one is either they respond, "Can I lick your elbow though?" Or they respond, "But can you lick my elbow though?" Stuff like that. I find that weird. Okay? It's a fun fact.
This guy's like, I go crazy for a lip bite. Ew.
It's a fun fact. It's stupid. It's not sexual when I do it. Someone actually watched me on stream do it, and they were like, "That's probably the most unattractive I've ever seen you, is when I'm licking my elbow." Okay? It's not a hot thing. It's not like me trying to be sexy. One Piece, on the other hand, a lot of people will always try to ask. They always ask if I'm caught up. It's like if I say I'm obsessed with One Piece, of course I'm caught up, first of all. They always like to try to ask if I'm caught up. They always be like, "Oh my god, that's too many episodes. I know you're a girl who could commit," stuff like that. Dumb comments.
That guy that I was talking to that I never responded to liked me on Hinge as well.
course.
God,
it
does he ever look out awful on Hinge?
does. And then what's the other ones? Oh, they always ask like my favorite character and stuff like that.
I can't be scrolling through. I'm just so severely not interested in even speaking to him.
I know. It's really hard because then when I think about maybe swiping right, then I realize I have to have a conversation, and it's really
You have
it's
to actually, like,
really tough.
like-
Yeah. Like I like doing it for the game of the swiping, but then like if I'm like, "Oh, they're cute, maybe I'll swipe right." I'm like, "Oh, then a conversation will start."
Oh, literally. I literally was like thinking about it with like 2 or 3 people, and I was like, no, you know, I actually don't want to talk to them. I had the perfect amount of liquor to make me tired. That was a mistake.
Order more. It's 7:00.
It's gonna be so expensive if I order it.
Go walk.
Long walk. I could do it.
How long of a walk?
You walked there with me last night.
How long was it? Like 20 minutes back and forth?
20 minutes. Yeah, 20 minutes there and back. Like all together.
You're going to have to be we're still in the podcast, so you're going to have to be on video on the phone if you do it.
I can't do that because I don't want to accidentally dox myself. I don't want to like show shit in the background of my town.
So it sounds like you're ordering.
That's fucked. Okay, let me go pee.
You don't think about it?
Let me go pee. That's really bad.
We should do monkey. Oh, she can't hear me. Monkey app tonight on her stream. Hey, let's rechat. What's your opinion on the live action One Piece? I really like it. I think they're doing a great job. I really like who they casted as Nico Robin next season. The creator has been involved in every casting, every decision they've made, and I really appreciate that. I wish they did that with every live action and just every live action in general. Like, I wish they did that with Avatar: The Last Airbender. They were doing that, and then they fired the guys the writers. They walked out because of creative differences, blah, blah, blah. Which is stupid. I think they should take the writer's opinion. It's obviously their vision, and I think they should keep going with it. Okay, I'll try this again. Try what again? Dragon Ball Z guy? Dragon Ball Z for me, I didn't like later. So far, I like the real talk that suddenly gets out of character. Yeah, the point of the podcast was me and Julie, we talk a lot more politics than like most of the people that we're friends. Like our one friend Mole, we talk a lot more politics than her. Like, so we figured we could have a podcast I mean, it's not successful yet, right? But like we have a lot of work to do, but like we yap a lot. We are yappers, and we figured we could talk about like just weekly stuff that we see in the news or whatever, and just yap about it for 2 hours. It could go longer if we have more topics, etc., etc. My favorite degenerate. What's up, gamer man? Chopper casting, he's gonna, I think they said was gonna be like they were gonna make him like a robot, or like they weren't gonna CGI him. I remember they said like, so a puppet robot, something like that. From what I know from One Piece, I thought it was I mean, my parents love it, so my parents love One Piece now. My dad says he wants to be like Monkey D. Luffy. He even said it in some like interview he had that he's like a pirate. I had to read, he says he's a pirate now, and I hate it. I'm like, you don't know One Piece, Dad, stop. What's the lady's type? I tried Tinder and only met one lady in person. So it depends. I guess we could talk about preferable Tinder profiles when Julie's back. Yeah, I can't believe you called me teeny. That's crazy.
Like 5 minutes. I'm just gonna heat up some food.
5 minutes. She's 5 minutes away from our podcast. That's crazy. I guess we'll talk about it a little bit. Obviously, photos with girls are weird. I think that's very strange. You don't have to watch more of the live action Beyond. I know you're way past where it ends, the live action, so you could watch it now. But yeah, I think you should just watch it now. I think you'll be fine. You're way ahead of where it ends. Profiles on Tinder and Hinge and stuff like that. Yeah, so don't make your like bio way too long. I think that's kind of crazy when your like bio is super long, talking about like what you are looking for and blah blah blah. Just do something simple. Tell them in person. Trail up. Yeah, no, it cut out for me as well. I think it was Discord cutting her off, so I'm not mad. How'd you two meet? We met through Mole. So our streamer friend Mole, shout out her. We met through her. We like stayed together at TwitchCon. We weren't like super close at first. We like randomly got really close. I don't even know when we got really close. I would even argue like pretty much a year ago, like today, like we weren't that close. And then we randomly got very, very close. How would you define love when you need a long break from a significant other? I would define it in the sense when you're asking that, I'm confused what you're asking. Are you saying that like you need like a long break to think about the relationship, or you just need a long break away? I don't think if you're in love, you need a long break from your significant other. I think if you're rethinking your relationship, sure, you'll need a break, but that's strange to me that you would need a long break if you're truly in love with them. Oh, Mole's gonna obviously be a special guest. I should do a little drawing I'm gonna do the drawing of me and Julie, and then I'll do like a guest appearance one with Mole. Oh, that'd be so cute. I should do that. And Sasquatch, by the way, I didn't read your messages on Discord, but I am shipping out your drawings tomorrow. I did the original request, so don't worry. If you message me like, oh, don't worry about it. I think I like saw like a little bit of a message where it's like, don't worry about it. No, the original drawings are being sent. The requests are being sent. Love is overrated. Sometimes loving yourself is more important. I think you need to love yourself first before you can love someone else. I'm very much an advocate is if you don't love yourself, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Because if you rush and go in a relationship when you don't love yourself, then that's when problems are going to arise. For example, if I entered a relationship right now and I don't truly love who I am right now, I think that me being crazy self-conscious or something like that will interfere with our relationship. Will you still be doing Etsy's? I want to. Like, I think I'll be able to draw a bunch when I am in DC. I need to pause it though, when I am like traveling back and forth. When I get my apartment, yes, but like right now that I'm like between hotels and like houses and like locations, no. Like, so right now, I don't think it's realistic for me to be doing Etsy, but like when I have my apartment and like my space, yes. And that's what also makes me nervous about like entering a relationship or like even being on Hinge and stuff like that makes me nervous, or like going on dates, is that I can't see myself in a relationship right now because of where I am in like my, like, for example, I want to be at a certain, I've talked about this a little bit on my own stream, but like I want to be at a certain like weight and stuff like that. So like I don't want to put that burden on someone else, like being in a relationship and like talking to someone. I don't want to like have to continually talk to someone else about where I want to be. I want to be at that and then go on dates. Maybe beyond when Julie's back. It's kind of awkward. I'm gonna play more music. Kind of awkward without her here. Will be the right time to start dating when you feel ready, for sure. Yeah, I think, like I said, I put it like on like it's not a resolution, but like I do want to try to go on at least 5 dates next year. 5 dates. I feel like that's a good goal. I'm like 26 next year. I'm literally 26 beginning of the year. I need to start going on dates. I've been on 1 date in my life. Would you rather enter a relationship with a budget or after I get rich? Of course. I don't want to rely on anyone. I'm really like I get really annoyed like that women always want guys to pay for dates and stuff like that. Like I rather pay for a date and then I won't feel guilty about never responding. I was talking about paying for dates.
Check it.
Is that cranberry sauce with mashed potatoes and like stuffing drizzled everywhere? Yeah? Yeah.
You like cranberry sauce?
Nah. My birthday's January 12th.
Paying for date, my thing is just like, if you ask me on the date, you're paying. You ask me, okay.
I talked about this before. I don't want them to pay for the date because, like, let's say I hate them. I don't want to feel like bad and then respond out of pity. I want to just not respond to you. So I'll pay for the full date and then I won't feel bad about not responding.
I don't think you need to feel bad because you don't like them and they paid. Like, that was their choice to pay.
Yeah, sure. But I will. Sure. In a perfect society, perfect world, I wouldn't feel bad, but I will. I'll give them a pity response like, oh, thank you for...
Yeah, you can say thank you for the date and then just be like, but I actually, like, don't think we're compatible.
Sure, you could say that, but I won't be able to because I'll feel so bad.
Yeah.
I'll send him money and then be like, oh, thank you, but we're not compatible. I'll literally like send him money out of like fucking like, oh, this was this was my meal. Have a good one.
My thing is just like, if you ask me to go out, like, I'm
Yeah.
gonna assume that you like me enough to want to treat me.
Yeah, people say that a lot, but it doesn't even matter if they like you or not. They just want to go out to see if you guys are compatible in the first place. Like, that doesn't matter. They just
Yeah, my type of man would want to pay for me first date. He would be chivalrous. Chivalrous.
Sure. I'll
Why
believe that. I'll believe that.
Shut your mouth.
I'll believe that.
Shut your mouth. My type of man isn't always how it ends up, okay? Bring my best here. Doing my best, bro.
I'm making fun of Julie's ex-boyfriend because me and him had an agreement because he was shocked that I said that men shouldn't pay for all the dates. He agreed with me very strongly.
He's also like a cheap bastard.
Yeah, but like he also claimed it could be the cheap bastardness, but he also claims feminism. You know.
Well, he hates that. Another thing, like,
gender stereotypes and all that.
yeah, he hates gender roles. He hates specifically that men are like expected to like take the lead on things like that because I think it's just something he's not very comfortable.
Cash App set plus block combo. I would do that
fine.
though. No, it's good.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just in some instances like it frustrating.
Sure. I was saying before you left, we should we can talk about it more after the podcast, but monkey app later.
We have to get more liquor if we do fucking monkey app.
Sure. I'm not opposed.
Not opposed. Never said no. But what liquor should I get?
Whatever you want. Whatever will not make you sick.
It's all gonna make me sick.
Does this name start with an A? I mean, yeah, it's obvious. Her ex, right? Irrelevant? Yeah. I guess we shouldn't talk about it on the YouTube. Whatever. We'll delete the earlier episodes.
It's fine. I don't really care. I mean, he already knows that he's not like gender.
Well, no, he's very vocal about being. He's very vocal about all of this. It's not like embarrassing or anything like that.
We didn't have an argument, but I remember we got into a thing because I was like, if some guy slapped my ass at the bar, like I fully expect you to like get in his face and tell him to eat shit.
And he wouldn't?
No, he would say, which, like, to be fair, I understand what he's saying, but he would say things like, that's just, like, escalating it. Men are more likely to get in, like, violence against, like, other men. Like, I'm more likely to get hit just because I'm a man. If you, like, want me to, like, be aggressive with another man, you're putting me in a dangerous situation. Like,
Oh, he's a
shit.
fool because that's just wrong. Remember what happened with Teeny's ex? He totally, like, got in the middle. In the sense where he pulled.
I was in Teeny's ex's face, though.
Yeah,
Teeny's
but
ex
he
would come up to me.
pulled you off, and then he was in the middle of the situation. So he was putting himself in the more dangerous,
Well, but he wasn't like in that specific scenario. He wasn't being aggressive. He was just he likes to mediate and likes to be like involved in everything that's going on, and like he likes to do the social mediation type shit or whatever. But if it was like some drunk dude at the bar who just like slapped my ass and was like being a total fucking freak.
You
like,
said you want
not
him
wanting
to like attack him?
I wouldn't want him to attack the dude, but I want him to be like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here, you douchebag! Like you just like."
I think I would want that. Yeah. But the thing is, I would probably do that.
No, I mean
That's
you've
the
seen me.
problem.
I've done shit like that.
Yeah,
I will do shit like
think
that.
both of us would do shit like that is the problem. So they would have to get
Right.
involved. If we had significant others, they would have to get involved because we would just start going
Especially
crazy.
if I'm drunk. I'm always looking for an argument when I'm drunk.
She is, guys. This is not wrong.
I love arguing anyways, but when I'm drunk, everything's so much more fun when you're drunk. You get the idea.
We both are like that. That's why we get along. I was just talking about it when you were in the other room. I was like, I don't remember when we got so close. Because like we weren't that. Let's be honest, we weren't that close last TwitchCon, or not last, but the the first
We didn't
TwitchCon
even
we
talk
met.
at all.
Yeah, we barely talked, and like the only moments we talked was Mole was there. So like she was our like mediator in that sense, but like I don't know when we got so close.
I think it probably was to do with the end of my relationship because you were there mediating towards the end of it. Like we had a little.
It was probably
conversation
after
together.
December then, after
Yeah.
we've all visited Arizona.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so. I think it was like in LA when I came to do the whatever. podcast
Oh,
with you guys. I think
you know what
right
it was? It was when you probably were introducing me to, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
That's definitely,
because
that definitely influenced that.
Yeah. And then we talked more often, and then yeah. Then December came,
we are.
Arizona. Because they were asking the influence on the podcast, and I said, well, we're more political than a lot of the, like, you're more, I like talking politics with you, because you're more political than any friend I have. Like, being a Canadian, you still talk politics with me way more than any of, like, even my high school friends.
I like politics because I like arguing again, so.
I love arguing, too.
The thing about politics is somebody always has an opinion, and those opinions are 9 times out of 10 backed by emotion, so you're guaranteed a fun conversation.
Exactly. Do you like the music? I missed you, so I put the music back on.
Music's good. I wish I had more cranberry sauce.
So, someone brought up that we can bring up Elon wanting to buy NBC.
MSNBC.
Oh,
Did
we
they
could
say something about
also bring up Drake suing Kendrick because he's scared that he's gonna play not like us at the Super Bowl. Have you heard about this?
No, but that's insane. That's
So Drake's suing Kendrick. Everyone's theory is because they're terrified he's gonna play not like us at the Kendrick's performing at the Super Bowl, and everyone's theorizing that Drake's suing so he doesn't play not like us at the Super Bowl.
That is so dumb. That song's been played everywhere all the time. Like
Yeah,
It
but
should be
like
more
at the
publicity.
Super, yeah. It's not about
now, like if he
fighting.
loses, Kendrick's just gonna go even crazier.
I know, you know he is. So Mustard's on DJ Mustard's on Kendrick's side, right? They're buddies. There's even that one song, Mustard, whatever. I don't know if you listened to Kendrick's new album. It's good. Even though Mole said it's not good, it's fun. Like, it's not his best album, but it's fun. I like listening to the music. Like, you can enjoy like Kendrick's my favorite rapper, but like, it's a fun listen. Like, even if you like
I haven't listened to it yet. I
Yeah.
should. I
It's
should.
a
I'm just,
fun
I'm scared
listen.
that I'm not gonna like it.
It's a fun listen. Like his songs with SZA are fantastic. There's this one song he talks about. I'll turn you off so I can turn you on. I love that lyric. I'm like, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh.
oh.
Where's that? But
Demolish this plate. Holy shit.
so Mustard was starting. He has a song with Drake. He was like performing, and he was starting the song, and then he said "psych," and then fucking played something else. It was so funny.
That's fine. Monkey app. I need liquor for doing monkey app.
Okay, whatever you want. Whatever you want. I said it would be fun, but it's up to you.
Wait, am I on? Go.
Someone send her $100.
I'm doing some dollars, please.
We have 21 watchers. No one's gonna send you $100. I double checked, just for you.
I guess I get hey y'alls. Those are really sweet though.
Whatever won't make you sick, you should get.
They're all gonna make me sick because I'm hungover. Wine hungover at that.
You're,
You know, beers might be good.
yeah, that'll be like more. Yeah.
That'll be easy to like sip on. Because it's like a meal and a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Rob Ultras.
Here, I wish I kept wanting to show Julie my Hinge yesterday. Hinge doesn't have a
Why is this
website.
so cheap?
I wish it did because I would have loved to go through Hinge with her. I think she would have been very entertained.
When we got you to match with, I'm not paying $23 for a 6-pack.
Yeah, the guy that Julie was hooking up with, she made me download Tinder and then match with him. And he liked me in the sense where he's definitely paying for Tinder, and then I could see he already liked me, and then she made me match with him.
Didn't even message her.
He didn't. He might have recognized me after he matched.
I definitely did. I sent photos of us. I don't want to pay fucking $50 for alcohol.
Is it 50?
If I want delivery, I have to pay an extra like $20.
And it was like 20. It's a 20-minute walk if you go there and back.
That's literally right there. I mean, I've literally only had like a shot.
You do keep cutting out. I wonder if it's Discord.
Me? Oh, it's me. I was in front of the mic. That's my.
Yeah, it keeps cutting out.
No, it's because I was away from the.
Do it after. We'll end in 18 minutes and then just go get after, and I'll be in call with you. So we could talk about whatever now. What do you want to talk about? Whatever podcast. I haven't been watching whatever podcast. I'm a little like. Have you been watching? Like, are they good still?
I haven't been watching it at all. Because I haven't been doing like
Political?
dating talk relationship shit. I did my little femcel arc for like a week.
I thought you were still in your film cell arc. No.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in my femcel arc, but I think I've already had my talking points enough times that I have nothing else really to say.
Well, that's what my whole point. So many people always ask if I'm going to go back on the whatever podcast. And it's like, I don't date. Like, I can't add to the conversation. Like, what? They're going to ask me more about politics? Like, yes, everyone knows my take. Like, well, women are the victims of war. Like, what do you want from me? What's more to this? Like,
Yeah, basically already said it all. There's not much more to say.
I said everything. Like, yes, I could go back, but I'm going to say the same shit. I need to go on dates before I go back. And then I could have fun, interesting dating stories.
I am scared to go on dates again. I'm
terrified. I think we should do. I said resolution, at least 5 dates next year.
5 different dates with 5 different dudes is a big ask.
I mean, if I fall in love with one of them, then who cares?
Yeah,
But-
it's just scary going out to meet that many people.
I know it's terrifying, but we should do it. We should make the resolution together.
It's also just like I'm extremely picky. I'm not gonna go out on a date with a guy unless I'm like actually interested in him. And if I'm actually interested in someone and it doesn't work out, it's like I remember what happened last time. I crashed out for like a week
With who?
over some fucking idiot.
Oh, Marcus. He's never gonna see this.
I don't give a fuck. Even if he did see this, fuck you. I don't want
Yeah, no, he was an idiot. He just wanted to hook up.
No, he just wanted to hook up and he like lied about it and hid it. And it was extremely frustrating because I don't want to like put time into seeing another dude and it just turns out to be that scenario. Like I'm so severely not interested in hookups. It's actually incredible. And like the idea that like I'm just not interested in spending time with someone intimately who has no fucking plans of having me in their life.
Mine's like the opposite problem though. I don't want them to expect too much and I feel like they always do.
Yeah, I guess
I had this one dude that I like was talking to. He kept calling me every single day and I kept ignoring him and he like was getting all upset. I was like, sorry, busy, my guy. I got finals. Like,
yeah, I don't do that shit. I don't, because I feel like that shit's like cringe. Like if someone's not like reciprocating, you gotta just like get out. You can't like force them to, like reciprocate, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like them calling you is just like they're just being like weird. They should have just left you alone. But also it's better when you like when I straight up said to Marcus like we're just not gonna see each other anymore. I think it was better to do that than like straight up.
Yeah, I ghosted him. That's the problem. I just kept telling him I was busy.
I did just ghost 4 dudes last week, so.
I'm really bad at cutting it off, I'm realizing. Cutting it off is really hard.
Cutting it off is hard. I had a crash out about it. The only reason I ghosted these dudes and instead of actually just like texting them and telling them is because I never actually met them in person, so I felt like it wasn't that big of a deal.
Well, okay, so the guys I did meet in person, right? It's like I don't like cutting it off because, like, let's say I do want to go on a date with them. I already cut it off, you know?
Yeah, that was why I had that whole dilemma with Marcus. That's why I was freaking out because I was like, holy fuck, I literally just told him we're never going to see each other again. Now, like, I literally am never going to see him again.
Yeah.
But, like, the thing is, like, the universe wanted you to see each other.
Yeah.
Even if I told him that thing, so if we were meant to be together, we would have been together. So I'm not, like, too upset. Now, looking back, I was freaking the fuck out, but now.
You were. You were.
I were freaking out. I were freak.
You were a freak at one point in your life.
It was very scary. That was a weird weekend for me. Like, I remember as soon as I sent that text message to, I was like, my heart sank. I was like, why did I just tell him that? Like, why did I just tell him? But the thing is if I didn't cut it off right there and then, I would have kept seeing him and he would have kept trying shit. And eventually, at one point or another, like, I would have ended up fucking him. Even when I didn't want to, it just would have happened.
You would have been really angry at yourself.
I would have been so fucking. I would have been more mad at myself than I would have been at him. I would have just been so disappointed in myself. So it was just better that I don't hang out with people that don't respect my boundaries.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I've never really had that situation. I mean, I'm more down with hooking up than you are, so like it makes sense that I haven't had the situation. That's crazy.
No, I just go nuts. I just know if I hook up with someone, I'm gonna go fucking nuts. Like I didn't even hook up with that dude, and I was already gone.
Yeah.
I just like if I actually had sex, but it's just it's too much. That's too much for me. I can't do that with someone that doesn't care about me.
Maybe this is like my bit of realism. Sure, like I can talk all I want, but my bit of realism is that this is why I haven't been in a relationship for how many years. It's because I knew I was moving after San Diego. Like, so it doesn't make sense for me to enter a relationship, which is really stupid. I understand that. I understand that point of view. It's dumb, right? You live in the moment, don't live in the future. But I knew I was going to move, so I knew it would probably not work out in the end. And I already did a long distance relationship for like basically 4 years. So that my only relationship was long distance. It was 4 years. And I don't want to do that again. So like I didn't want to enter a relationship that I fall head over heels for a dude and then I have to move right after.
The rails or shit. Yeah, I mean that totally makes sense. That was Marcus's whole thing. It's like I might be moving in the future and I don't know. But like that was the problem is that like he didn't disclose that information to me. You know what I'm saying? If he had just disclosed, like, oh, I'm moving and I'm not looking for a relationship, I would have never fucking entertained him past the first date.
Yeah. Well, I knew I was going to be moving no matter what, right? I wasn't going to stay in San Diego. I guess I could have maybe, like, did a bunch. Like, let's say I was dating someone in San Diego. I was head over heels for it. Maybe I could have done a bunch to get a job in San Diego. But I knew most likely I wasn't going to stay there. And then
it's just not worth it when you the thing is like if you like fucking direct your whole life around another person, especially when like
Does Monch
I mean,
not
we're-
recognize me? That's a crazy. I'm similar to the person on the right with light purple. It's Kerbafine, Monch.
hell
Monch.
but like what was I saying? I lost
Sorry, go
it.
ahead. Go ahead.
It just doesn't make sense to direct your life around a whole nother person unless you're like I was saying, we're both still young. Like we both still have a lot of shit to do. We both still have like careers, so whatever the fuck, and like things.
Yeah.
Like it's just it's just a bad idea to like. I spent 7 years in a relationship. You spent a long time in a relationship as well. I don't know if you did this, but when I was in my relationship, my whole life was centered around making their life easier. Just
And that's
yeah.
And that was the problem, or that's the future problem is, and I think me, you, and Mole have talked about this. We're very much Sims. Believe it or not, we're all probably Sims. That was a fight in the end of the relationship that I was breaking up with my boyfriend for it. I said, I visited you how many times, and you visited me how many times? I visited you so many times in this relationship, and you visited me like 3 times. This doesn't make sense. How long have we been dating? Another big fight we had was he didn't really seem to like my parents, and that really bothered me.
That would bother me because your parents are really dope.
My parents are dope. They also took him to Hawaii and stuff like that. Like my parents will take him anywhere on vacation, and I have a crazy close relationship with my parents. So it really bothered me that
You need someone who can have a good relationship with your parents. As well.
did not. Well, he was probably like more like a lot of people who are more shy around my parents. But at the same time, like I could tell he didn't vibe with them. He didn't like them, and that really bothered me.
Yeah, I mean, it's also like it's different. Of like, so if I don't vibe around your parents because we're just friends, like it's not like I'm like marrying into your family. Like if you're in a relationship with someone, they're marrying into the family. It's kind of given that
you
they need
almost
to be part of the family.
You almost have talked to my parents more than he did. He would get like when I say shy, like he like barely said a word. He would just like agree with them and just like move on. And like I kind of did that with his like mom, but I still made the effort to like go to the stores with his mom and like do stuff with his mom.
Spend
Like
time with her. And,
yeah.
Like,
Even though
yeah.
she was a crazy alcoholic in the sense where she would like randomly start bawling when we were hanging out, and I was like, wait,
Yeah.
how do I react to this? Like my parents don't do that kind of stuff.
Tough. I don't know. I had the same problem with my ex too with the traveling thing. Like, I went to see him a bunch of times, and then when it was his turn to come see me, he found someone else. So.
Yeah, no. I got really pissed. The big fight that almost broke up. He begged to stay together, but it was. I think I told you this. He always made excuses that he couldn't see me because of his work, and then randomly his friend wanted to come visit, and then he was like, and then he took off work. He did all this stuff, and it was during my finals too. And he just was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be there this weekend." I was like, first of all, it's my finals. So, and then he refused to come stay at my house, even though we had a guest room. He refused to stay with me because he couldn't leave his friend in a motel alone. I was like, first,
And that person just was not prioritizing you. That person just.
I know, and that's what I like was yelling at him. I was like, I don't care anymore. Like I'm done with you.
Yeah, that would fucking piss me off.
And then
Okay.
he was crying, begging to stay together. So I was like, fine.
Well, that's what my ex, not the last one, but the one, or we had broken up for like a week, and I was like totally like, I was so chilling, I was so excited. I'm like, okay, I'm finally out of that relationship. Like I'm good. Like we're chilling. He begged me for like a week to get back together with him, and then it turned out that he had begged me to get back together with him, knowing that he had slept with another girl while we were together. And then after we got back together, the entire time he was like messaging girls online and shit.
Oh,
then
that
he
was the
dumped me out
ex
of the blue.
2 exes ago.
Yeah, not the recent
Yeah.
one, but the one before that. Dude, why is every man cheat on me? Why is every man cheat?
I've only dated one, and he cheated on me. So
Yeah, why is every man cheat? What is the point? Just break up.
I think with my ex, a lot of people told me that I was better than him. So that probably
He was
built
like insecure about it.
built a huge insecurity, and then he
That's
messaged.
another thing I have to tell you off stream.
Okay. It probably built a huge insecurity. That's why he messaged other girls to try to build his ego a little more.
I think with both of my exes, my alcoholism and my mental illness like drove them away, and because they still liked and cared about me, instead of breaking up with me, they just decided to fucking be selfish because they couldn't dealing with me at all in any capacity.
Me and
They couldn't deal with
Julie
bringing up
have
pain,
not cheated. It was,
Huh?
or someone said women do cheat. We didn't cheat at all.
According to my ex, I technically cheated. So
No, you didn't. You told him before, after, during. You told him everything. So you did not.
well, it was enough to make him upset. So. I mean, it's whatever at this point. I don't personally like if he wants to say what I did was cheating, like that's fine. I can accept that, and I know looking back that it was wrong, and I would never do anything like that again. I just feel like in the grand scheme of things, they did me so incredibly fucking dirty, and because what I did before, they used that as an excuse for every bad thing that they did to me, and it was just so fucking exhausting and mind numbing.
That's another thing. I also lended my ex money so often. I was so nice to my ex.
I did that with my ex of 7 years. I fucking would pay for all his shit all the time.
Yeah. I mean, I was the one always paying to visit him.
Yeah, that's
Oh my god, I gave him so much money. I had no money. He had a full-time job.
my most recent ex. He fucking
I bought everything for him and gave him the best gifts in the world. I'm like realizing this right now. This is like almost like
you
a
look back on it, you're like, why did I treat them so nicely? But they probably look back on it and think the same way about some things as well.
No, he treated me like shit. There's no way.
Both of my exes.
Wait, he cheated on me? I don't. The best gifts he got me, his mom got me when she remarried to a rich husband. I'm mad now. Oh my god, that's crazy.
And which, I mean, my most recent ex did that whole thing where he like was upset when I came to visit him and that he like spent too much money on me. He said like I was using him for shit. Like being like financially abusive, and I was just like, what the fuck are you even talking about? What do you mean?
Which is
'Cause I
ironic
want to
too.
come see you.
That's
I
ironic too,
see you.
because I literally like made you dinner multiple nights when you were there.
Yeah.
I literally
That's
cooked for you because that's ironic because I was there half the time and I was cooking you food like every night.
We did order out a lot, and like he would order food a lot, and I would say like, okay, let me get the next order. Like it wasn't like I was like telling him he had to like buy.
You
me.
were ordering while I was there. You ordered stuff. Like what are you
Yeah.
talking about?
No, but that's what I'm saying is that like I wasn't telling him he has to order me things.
Oh,
I
yeah.
I think the problem was he was in his brain. He was thinking he had to do the like masculine, manly thing and like pay for things.
Yeah.
And I was just like if we're like dating and like courting or whatever, we're getting to know each other. Like I would prefer you pay for it. But when we're actually like together, we're like a partnership. I don't need you to pay for everything when we're actually together.
Sorry, someone asked me in chat. His mom got me this, which is probably one of the nicest gifts I've ever received. She got me a Switch as well, but this is made out of gold. It has my name in Japanese, Jojo. It says Jojo because she didn't know like Japanese, but it's. I love this necklace. This necklace is golden, literally.
Oh
But,
man.
But I love this necklace. It's my favorite necklace that I own. So like I am not one of those people who throw away gifts that I've given in past relationships. I think it's bizarre when people do. Are you one of those
I got
people?
rid of a bunch of shit that reminded me of Alex.
Really? Oh yeah, no. I
Like deleted all our photos and shit.
I
My
should
ex of
I
7 years, I kept all that shit.
should
I just didn't keep
delete
with Alex.
photos, but I still have photos because I'm like, you know how like people like in the olden days they have like photo albums of their exes and stuff like that. I'm like, am I supposed to have that kind of stuff? So I just have all the photos of my ex, me and my
I
ex.
kept it with my one ex that I was with for 7 years because it was 7 whole years of my fucking life. Like I can't just like erase that. But Alex was like
6
fucking
months.
7. It was 6 or 7 months, and he did me so fucking dirty. Like don't get me wrong, my other ex technically did worse. He like full on fucked another person, but like he didn't emotionally manipulate me while he did it. Or like gaslight me or whatever the fuck. He didn't
Yeah.
treat me like shit while it was happening. He just like hid it from me and then dumped me and then told me after.
Yeah.
It was like a turd while it was happening, so it just emotionally fucked me up and made me want nothing to do. Got rid of a lot of shit because I was just not. I was so disinterested.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's fair though. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, all of it makes sense. All of it's fair. Like, yeah, I don't know.
Elevator music.
I'm just like trying to think about all of it. No, I'm just re-talking about it. I'm a little upset that I was so nice to. We were so nice to our exes, huh?
I wasn't that nice.
Oh, I was so nice to my ex. I gave him money and visited him. I took the bus for like 4 hours every weekend to go see him.
I did that with my other ex a lot. I would fucking drive out to see him. Like I literally.
I
had my own
took
place where I
the
stayed at.
bus. I didn't have a car. I took the bus to go see him every weekend. I got a job so I could go visit him every weekend.
Yeah.
And then I visited him, and then he wouldn't want to do anything because he's too tired for work.
That pissed me off. I had one thing. My ex used to live in a town that was like an hour and a half away, and so I was supposed to hang out on stream with my sister and 2 other streamers, and we like had planned this out like weeks in advance, and we were all so excited. I told my ex about it, and the night of, I guess he was having a really bad day, and he was like, "You have to come see me. Like, why are you being selfish?" And I was like, "I told you I already have these plans. I want to hang out with these people. Like, I already have plans."
I feel like you told me this, and you like canceled on your sister, right?
Yeah, so I canceled on my sister because he fucking guilt tripped me, and he's like, "We're
Yeah.
supposed to be in a relationship."
And then he went
why
out with
don't
his friends,
you-"
right?
I literally drove an hour and a half. I got there. The minute I got there, he said, "Okay, so I'm gonna go see my friends," and I was just like,
Yeah, I remember that story. Crazy.
like I was just like, this is like, I just drove an hour and a half after you spent an hour telling me that I'm a bad person because I had plans and you had a bad day. And then I get there and you're just don't even want to fucking, you don't even care. He didn't even care. He didn't even want to see me. He just wanted to know that he could fucking get me to do what he wanted him to do.
Terrible.
What he wanted me to do. Like, he genuinely couldn't have given a fuck less about what I wanted or my needs. He just needed to know that he could get what he wanted when he wanted it.
This is why we need to go on dating apps. We need to find someone who's nice to us.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna find someone who's nice to me.
I know, right? How do you feel about, you have 2 brothers, right? And a dad. You know all their names, yes. How do you feel about dating someone with the same name as your brothers or dad?
Happening.
Yeah.
Well, I will say the men in my family have really odd names.
Oh, okay,
Like
good.
they're like biblical fucking like old names type shit. They're not common. Like, my name isn't common. There's Julias everywhere, but there isn't Julies everywhere. You know, my sister's Robin and Holly. Like, my brothers are fucking Jonas and Gordon. How the fuck am I gonna find a
Jonas
sword?
and Gordon. Yeah, those are hard names. I haven't seen a lot of those.
They're just not-
My dad and brother have very common names, so it's a little tough.
Yeah.
My brother especially. Everyone knows my brother's name is Chris, right?
Yeah, that's everywhere.
Chris is everywhere. But like, I almost rather date someone with my dad's name than my brother's name because I call my dad, right? I don't call him by his first name.
Different.
But with my brother, I obviously call him by his name.
Yeah, that makes sense. No, I wouldn't date someone with my family names because it's such obscure names that it's like, really.
My best friend's daughter admits she likes bad boys. Are you sure nice is important? What do you think?
I don't. I have said it a million times before on my stream, and I'll say it a million times again. I am not interested at all in someone being mean to me. My mother abused me for my entire childhood. I have no business hanging out with someone that is mean to me in any capacity.
I've talked about this before, and I think we've talked about this before. I'm fine with like what a typical bad boy. If you're mean to me, though, I'm leaving you. Like, I don't care. Like, if you're a bad boy overall, I like you if you fuck me over, if you're a jerk to me, we're done.
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking anymore.
I wouldn't even like to date a dude who like was comfortable fucking other people over. That would make me extremely uncomfortable.
I'm even fine with that, but if you fuck me over, if you do anything to me, it's over.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool. Like, right when you show a hint of meanness to me, and let's say we're not even dating, if we're like in the talking phase,
I mean, that's like that guy that called me desperate on the phone.
Yeah.
It's like, I was just like totally disinterested. Like, if for example, I know someone who was talking to me about like their boyfriend was basically like saying that they prefer totally different body types than they have. If my boyfriend said that to me, if he said he preferred tall, slender woman with big boobs, I would be like, why the fuck are we together then?
Hit me up. I'm kidding.
Just throw me your number. I'd be like, this is fucking ridiculous that you would say that to my face. Like, you know that that's hurtful. There's no reason for you to say that. And like, it's either you are trying to be hurtful or malicious to me, or you're actually just that fucking stupid. In which case, either scenario, I don't want to date someone like that.
Yeah. If someone, no, I get that. If someone said that to me as well, if he's like, oh, I want like a tiny blonde woman, I'd be like,
Yeah. That would just, there's no reason for it.
we're incompatible, clearly.
I agree.
What if he's an asshole but has a Loki's got a soft spot for you? I'm fine with that. I think we've talked about that before. Like, someone who's an asshole to everyone but you.
I don't want them to be an asshole. I don't mind if they're like protective or whatever if something like happens. Like I want someone who, if something goes down, they're able to like stand up for themselves and for me. I don't want someone who, like, for example, my one ex would fucking, anytime he had a problem at like a fast food restaurant or whatever, he'd like call them and complain and like basically call them stupid on the phone and like just be totally
That's such a bitch move.
Yeah, he was just a bitch. That's what it was. He was just a fucking bitch about things. If he didn't get things his way, he would be a bitch, and like people would see that. Oh, like that's what I mean. I don't like that he was a bitch to everyone.
Yeah.
Because even if the thing is if they are a bitch to everyone, eventually they're gonna be a bitch to you in some way or another. It's bound to happen. Like, I just don't like that stuff.
Yeah. No, if you're especially rude to like I think most people say this is a red flag, but if you're rude to people who are like working, you're a terrible person. Like, even how mad I am about work, like people who don't do their job right, I can get furious, but I will never take it out on them. Like, that's crazy. If I take it out on them, it's because they're doing something to personally annoy me. Like, it's clear that they're not like fulfilling what they need to like bare minimum fulfill.
Yeah, I think it's like, it's different if you're being a dick to them because they're not doing their job right, or like if you're being a dick to them because they're very clearly like being sassy and like douchey to you.
Like, I almost yelled at that one woman where she said I didn't complete any of my forms or whatever, or confirm my appointment. I almost was sassy to her, and I was like, you know what? Drop it. Never mind. Like, truthfully, it doesn't matter. Like, if I did this virtual tour or not, I was still gonna get the apartment. So like that, like I realized already I was getting like sassy and annoyed, but then I was like, this is dumb. Why would I get annoyed with her? Like, clearly there's miscommunication everywhere.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's totally fine if you're like a dick to someone, like a worker who's like being a dick to you though, who's like being sassy, who like they very clearly they're like don't care, they like hate their job, they hate that they have to serve you, and they're just being like a full and total fucking cunt. Like,
yeah,
like you're working, come on, like customer service, like that's the least you can fucking do. You're getting paid. Fucking not necessarily put a smile on your face, but don't be a fucking bitch.
No, I don't. I hate the opinion that your true self drunk. I think that's stupid, and that's just not true. I've been drunk enough where I'm not my true self drunk. I actually lie a lot drunk.
I have done so many terrible, awful things while I've been wasted.
Yeah, it's not the true me.
It's just not who I am. Like, I wouldn't regularly do those things. For example, I fucking, every time I get drunk, I want a cigarette. I don't crave cigarettes when I'm sober unless I'm going through like a breakup. If I'm going through something extremely stressful that mentally like impairs me, I never crave cigarettes when I'm sober. It's when I'm drinking, or like for the fact like I love arguing when I'm sober, but when I'm drunk, I argue so much to a point that it causes problems, which I would never do that sober. It's just not who I am. It's just you're drunk, your
very
inhibitions are lowered. You aren't who you are. You aren't who you are. And like even with like my social anxiety and shit, I fucking don't go out. I don't talk to people. I don't do anything like that. And then I fucking got drunk and went to a fucking like nightclub thing by myself. I would never do that sober. That's not who I am. I'm not that type of person. That's not even my crowd. That's not even my scene. I'm not interested in shit like that.
I'm with her on everything she said. I mean, I've made out with a bunch of people that I would never make out with sober, believe it or not. Made out with a woman. She was fully trying to take me home, and I was like, I'm straight, my lady.
Let's leave this at the party, babe.
I said, I'm gone. I'm straight, my friend.
So queer baited her. You should get canceled.
She was following me around all night. I got a guy to buy all of us shots. I was trying to be very friendly with her, and then she was like straight up like, I wanted to buy you that drink. I want to kiss you. And I was like, sure. And then she was like trying to take me home, and I was like,
strong one time at a party, and I was super embarrassed.
really?
I just couldn't stop telling her how pretty she was, and then I could tell that she was like, okay,
Uncomfortable. I had another time where like I have a lot of queers come on to me. I had another time where a girl kept coming on to me, and she was just kept doing the same thing you probably were doing. I was like, I'm straight. Just like,
you know what's weird is I think you actually give more queer vibes than I do.
100% I do. It's the deep voice, and then
And it's also like the way you dress and like present yourself and talk to people. I think you dress gayer than I do.
I dress more
You
girly
definitely
than you do, dude.
You definitely okay. So my style is very like, your style's more out there. You're more playful with your style. You're more like, you accessorize more. You have more like fun outfits. You have more like, I'm always in fucking leggings and a t-shirt, or like a leggings and a tank top.
That's more gay.
No, that's straight girl wear. Straight girls wear leggings and a fucking tank top. Gay girls wear like the fucking like pants with the pockets on the side and the bows in their hair and whatever the fuck.
No, they don't.
Definitely more queer. That's definitely more queer.
I'm literally
That's absolutely more queer. Go to any fucking gay community.
I've never been to a gay community. You know why? Because I'm not gay.
And go to any straight community, and all these bitches are all in fucking leggings and fucking, or they're all in jeans. Like, straight girls always wear the same fucking things. Their style does not expand. You have an expanded style. It's definitely more gay.
You're saying this with fucking stars on your face. It's fucking crazy, dude.
Because they're covering my pimples, you jerk.
Fucking edgy. Calm down.
It's an edgy. Mole has these stickers.
And she's queer. Great example. Bitch.
You definitely dress more queer than I do.
You guys.
Definitely do.
You're saying you're saying I'm fashionable.
Yes, I am.
Good thing.
That was the whole point. I just didn't know how to get it out.
Just say it. I'm fashionable.
The only time I will say the only time I dress more queer than you is when I dress like a dude. Like if I'm just like.
I dress like a dude. Every time I wake up at Mole's house, I have like the basketball shorts on. And Mole's like, "You look like a lesbian." Every morning, I wake up.
My favorite thing to wear is boxers and a t-shirt.
Yeah, and that's me too. We both basically are queer together.
Okay, your feminine wear is more queer than my feminine.
Probably. I have like you said, bows and shit. I think it's really cute, bows and stuff. But I think it that's hard. We gotta go on a date with one single straight man, and
you know, we gotta do the Jubilee videos and ask them they gotta figure out which one of us is queer.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's gonna be me because I think the voice deepness, they automatically think I'm queer.
I mean, my voice is only high pitched when I'm drinking.
Your voice is higher than mine though. Like many people have told me that. Whoa, I'm shocked by your voice. You know.
Whoa. Nice. Start queer baiting. Some ladies.
If someone tears you apart and blames drinking, that emotional hurt is really hard to. Nah, it's not. People are emotional when they're drunk.
It's not. It's also like when I was like mean to my exes while I was drinking and stuff. It's not like the next day I would be like, I was drunk, I'm sorry. I would be like, fuck, I fucked up.
Yeah.
That's bad. I did it again. I was never like, I would never do, oh, I was drinking, babe. Like, don't worry about it. Like, that's not who I am. I would just be like, oh, God, I did another bad thing.
And let's say, let's say the fight I brought up was based off something that, like, I've been thinking about. I'll bring it up. I'll be like, yeah, no, not to that extreme, but I have thought about it, you know? Like, let's say, I'm not saying that every fight would always be, like, surrounded by that, but, like, let's say in particular, that's something I brought up. They were like, what happened with this? I would be like, yeah, that I've been self-conscious about it. I'll just own up to it. I don't like the people who, like, will beat around the bush and then get drunk and then bring up the problem. Just bring up the problem in the moment. If that's like I do this a lot. I have a loud mouth when I'm drunk, right? When someone calls me out, yeah. I will fess up. I will never deny it. I'll be like, oh, I'm sorry I did that. That was really fucked up of me. I hate the people who don't fess up.
I think when I was drunk, I had a really hard time fessing up.
What?
I think when I was drunk, I had a hard time fessing up because I would want to argue.
Who cares? Yeah, who cares? When
I was sober and I tried to fess up, I would just get told that I was still wrong.
My voice is Riz.
crazy. It made me crazy. I'm very crazy tonight. I'm getting very crazy. Are you getting freaky with me tonight?
Ooh. I forgot. Mole needs to resend that video.
That was what I made my Hinge fucking voice note.
Yeah. But it was because of the guy, no?
Yeah.
I have an ex point a gun at me when she was drunk. That was okay. If someone pointed
That's
a
beyond.
gun, his name's Beyond.
That's beyond. I would never. That's just not even.
If you point a gun or a knife even at me drunk, I'm leaving you.
The worst thing I ever did.
I pointed a knife at someone drunk. The reason why is because this one man kept touching me, and I kept not wanting him to touch me. Like when in the sense like not like sexual assault me, but like he was like touching me in the sense like he kept putting his hand on my shoulder and stuff, and I like yelled at him stop touching me, and he wouldn't stop touching me. So I grabbed a knife and I was like stop touching me. I was drunk and I was like in a hotel that I paid for. I was like stop touching me. A bunch of people were around too. It wasn't like crazy in that sense, but I was like stop touching me. I am uncomfortable. He started walking towards the knife. I'm like I have a knife in my hand. What are you doing? What are you doing? I have a knife. Like, why are you walking towards?
Men probably get the. I mean, even if you have a knife in your hand, you can get it away from you.
Yeah, no, I put it. I sheathed it. Yeah, I put it away, but I was like, this guy's a fool. Why would you walk towards a drunk girl with a knife? You fool.
I've never threatened anyone while I was drunk. I don't think. I would threaten things like, oh, like I'd be drunk as fuck and be like, we'd be fighting, and I'd be like, oh, so you don't even want me around anymore? Like I should just leave. Like I should just get out of here. Like. Why am I even around here? Blah 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 type shit. I think the worst thing I ever did.
It was a sharp cutting knife. I didn't want him touching me, and he kept walking towards it. Yeah, I've threatened a lot of things. I'm not gonna get into the things I've threatened on the YouTube stream, but I when we hang up, I could get into it.
Yeah, I would just always threaten to leave because I would just if I felt like they weren't listening to me, I would just be like, okay, this is stupid. Why am I here? Like just especially like with my last ex, I'd be like towards the end I'd be like, why are we even having this conversation when I'm drunk? Like this is stupid. But then we would only have conversations when I was
yeah, and then with my ex we wouldn't have any conversations ever, and it really bothered me. Yeah, so best of both worlds. Would you date a guy that carries a gun on him? No. He could have a gun in his household, but not on him. That's crazy. Hold on. Go ahead. Hold on, Julie. You can talk to chat.
all good. Chat. What? Yeah, what's going on? Chatters. Protection? There's no guns in Canada, so there's no reason. This is a butter knife. It's butter. And he just wants to protect himself. Learn some fucking taekwondo, you loser. It's just, you guys talk about life stuff? Yeah, it's just when I try to have conversations with my ex about life stuff, it felt like every time I tried to talk to him about things, it would turn into me being a bad person. And it wasn't necessarily that, it felt like I just never had the right answers for him. It just felt like no matter what I did, I just wasn't good enough. And I also couldn't handle being a bad person. So when I would give my answer and he would say that answer makes you a bad person, then I couldn't accept it and I would get frustrated. And we would have conversations to the point where I just didn't want to have conversations with him anymore unless I was drunk, because I just didn't feel comfortable when I was sober, because it always turned into bad. Why you being mean? Or he would ask me something and I would give my opinion of why I did what I did or why I felt the way that I felt, and he basically explained like, okay, if that's what you really feel, then it means this, and it means that you're being selfish or you're being bad or you're whatever, the blah 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 blah. So it's just every time I tried to explain where I was coming from always him was coming from a bad place. And I didn't know how to get over that or accept it or figure it out, because I don't like feeling like a bad person.
Hello.
Oh. What's up, brother?
Starting soon screen. Did you like it?
Fucking
What's chat talking about?
I was just talking about how in my last relationship, I always felt like I was a bad person.
Yeah, didn't you guys just talked about it though? So you guys are
Yeah.
fine.
No, we're fine now. I'm just like.
Yeah, she got like a full explanation and apology from her ex. That's nice. Most people don't get that.
Yeah, I don't know if that apology helped anything. I think I feel more weird.
Yeah, I think I would like an apology from my ex.
Well, I'm happy I got the apology for sure. Like, I fucking deserve it. Awesome. Oh, man.
Yeah. Do you want to end in 10?
Yeah.
You keep yawning. Do you want to end now then? And then you want to walk to the store? What's your plan? Want to do monkey app?
Yeah, we can do monkey. I might just have a smoke and then we can do it.
No.
I don't really want to get drunk. I guess I could get like one tall can.
Yeah,
Far
just
away.
2 tall cans. I'll be in the call with you the whole time.
Also, like, I have had more drink.
What? What?
I've only had one drink in like 2 hours. I'm sure I could just drive.
Oh yeah, you can.
But then I can't have a smoke.
Just
Cigarettes. Am I going to get more alcohol?
yeah, I can end. We'll be back next week. It's gonna be Julie's gonna be hosting, but I decided that I want to do the podcast with her still, even when I'm in DC. What am I gonna do in DC, right? At 9 to 11 p.m. I want to do the podcast. I think it'll be fun. So I'll be in DC next week. She'll be hosting it. Hopefully the layout's similar. The layout's really bad, but hopefully it'll be similar.
No.
Yeah, she's not drunk at
Scroll.
all.
No, I'm not drunk at all. I'm like dead sober. It's like I drank, but it was only so much that it just made me tired. You know what I mean? Like, I literally had one shot, like fucking half of a glass of wine, in like what? It's been 2 hours.
Yeah, you're fine.
It's been 2.5 hours. It's just made me tired. This fucking guy's ex-girlfriend is like, I didn't have sex with a dude. I didn't do shit wrong. It only lasted 2 minutes, and then I told him to stop. So, famously, if penetration doesn't last more than 5 minutes, it's you didn't even have sex. Told.
Yeah, let's end. I think we're distracted on our phones now.
Okay.
We'll be back live on Julie's stream. I don't know if it's gonna be on. It's probably just gonna be on Kick if we're doing Monkey, but
Yeah, I definitely.
we'll be back next week for the same podcast. A little different. It's gonna look a little different. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys like this. That's
Yeah,
love.
there's some drama going on online.
Wait,
Hi,
let's do a
guys.
heart together. Wait, do it closer to your camera so it looks like match my fingers,
I'm
dude.
confused.
Oh, wait, yours is bigger now. Wait, I got it. Oh, that's cute. Wait, I'm stopping stream right now.